koutou katoa e te whānau, no mai haere mai, welcome into Rodney Green Arenas for the final round of the South NBL and the final round of the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Hawke's Bay Hawks hosting the Auckland Tuatara. I am Taylor Johnson. Joining me, Brooke Rusco. Brooke, the first season of the Rapid League is up, and what have you made of it?
Yes, been highlights throughout. I think it's a real understanding and learning sort of process for both of these teams, or all the teams that played in Rapid. Shout out to the Nelson Giants. They worked it out quickly. They were just on a rhythm of how to play Rapid. They got up and down. They won every category they needed to win. They were the highest point scoring team. They were the best defensive team. They worked it out nice and quickly. The best part about this, though, is that the kids get to play. There's a lot of times these young kids sat at the end of the bench, and they get out there and get to spread their legs a little bit throughout the league.
The Giants had this locked up 2 weeks ago, so spreading their legs, really?
Yeah, get up and down, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, get up and down. Get to running.
So the Hawks in 6th, and you can see the Tuatara in 7th. So neck and neck. The Tuatara, if they get a win here, will be good. But the Hawks really need a win, and they need to round up those points because it could push their South NBL team into the top 6, so they need to win by like 60 points.
So mathematically, there's still a chance though, right?
There's a mathematical chance,
oh,
like 0.00001% chance, but it's still a chance. Anyway, the starting 5 for the visiting team: Cooper, Ledger, Fitzgerald, Wiley, and Barrow, the experienced Barrow. And then, anyone excite you there? We've seen a whole season of Rapid League, and we've seen them play quite a bit in the South as well.
Honestly, it excites me every time I get to see big Nick Barrow still playing. I was lucky enough to play close to 5 or 6 seasons with him. The way he's still going, set screens, is exactly what every coach needs him to do. The fact he's still out there, I live vicariously through him.
So he's only 32, Matt. He's only 32 years old. That's still young, technically. Well, I mean, compared to the other boys on the court for the Rapid League, he's definitely the koro. But let's look at the Hawks team, Taylor Hawks side there.
Yeah, they got a nice young squad as well. Jacob Murphy really took over the last game. I called the last game against Manawatu Jets, and it was kind of the Jacob Murphy show in that second half, and they'll go as far as he can take them. Obviously, without Tommy Ferguson, big omission, he went down about halfway through the season. Big loss for this Hawk squad, but they know how to get wins. Obviously, their last game was a win as well. Points per game, they sit equal right there. It's points against. Tuatara slightly ahead, but it's an older squad. Rapid's a quick game. Hopefully, last game we called with the Taylor Hawks, there's a lot of fouls called in that ball game, so there's nothing against the refs. They're told to call the game that they're told to call the game how they're supposed to call the game, but you just want them to have a chance to find the flow of the game, because that's really why they're out there. They're not out there to shoot free throws. They're not out there to learn how to box out off the back of a free throw. It's to get out there, get reps up, find the flow, and hopefully in the last Rapid of the year we get to see that.
Point referees for tonight: Sharon Martin, Sam Pan, and Sasha Nicholson. And this is a kit clash if I've ever seen one. Who approved white on grey?
I like it at this point of the year. You should know who's on your team. The Hawks will know Nick Barrow ain't on the team. Anybody over 30 we're not allowed to pass to. A few things out here.
I'll tell you what, when you're in the heat of the moment, dribbling their ball up court and someone's calling for it, you're going to give it. So there might be some cheeky calls happening here.
It's a bet move. I reckon there's, you know, if anyone's going to do that tonight, it's Ruben Fitzgerald. I'd bet good money on it.
So it is the Hawks in the white and the Tuatara in the grey. Let's hope that your configuration on the TV is correct, and I think that's the first time we've seen an accidental pass to the wrong teammate. Won't be the last tonight.
We'll keep count.
So the Tuatara up with possession first. Trying to find some space. They go out wide to the youngster. And that's a nice first up shot, Brooke.
A nice aggressive take, exactly what you want to see if you're part of the coaching squad. And take from him too, get into that right. It's a float game, and we're on the board.
Hawks with their real first offensive possession, away with 3. So Fitzgerald brings the ball up court. Tuatara just looking at the options. A lot of experienced players in there and looking for what a block coming through from the Hawks.
A great recovery there, good look there from Tukaha Cooper. Really like how he's played on this back end of the season. Coach Aaron Young is high enough to see Trencher put up the 3 and convert. extremely high on this young kid as well. It's the first time you've seen him play athletic. Can obviously shoot the ball and spread the floor. An exciting future at the tender age of 17.
Yeah, I was going to say, just 17 years old. That's exciting stuff. And the confidence to get up as well. He wasn't scared of being posted. That guy was like, we're going to go one-on-one under the rim.
It's going to work. Good recovery. Possessions from him there as well. And smart play from Nick Barrow just to settle everything down. Let's get to the free throw line. And converts the first.
Over 200 games in the South NBL, Barrett. He really is the most experienced player on the court.
I'm sure he'd love the way you said that. Genuinely one of the best teammates that I've had though. It's always team first. Always great for the locker room. I know Aaron Young will let him play as long as he would like to play with the Tuatara.
So, looks like there's a foul on number 11, Josh Wiley.
Just put that down to Jacob Murphy, just staying aggressive. And like we said, last game they played against the Jets, nothing really going in that first half, and he came in and turned that game on its head. Michael did the same again tonight as the 3-ball goes up.
Barrow with the rebound. Yuli on to court as well. He has been playing really well in the NBL too, Yuli.
I'd like to change my answer. I am excited to see Nick Barrow. Braden Yuli, I'm excited to see him play as well. I knew he had bounce, but a couple weeks ago he let the Nuggets know about it. So hopefully he gets a chance to take off tonight.
That's a good thing about Rapid League. Yes, you're talking about when he was playing in the NBL, but also they show out in the Rapid League earlier too.
Well, you get a chance to grow, you get a chance to blossom, and the more you play games like Rapid, you work it out. It's a quick game. 4-minute quarters, no rest for the wicked. I know some of these older guys for the Auckland Tuatara do their best to get to the free throw line, just to slow the ball game down. They can go 7-8 possessions of no made shots, quick possessions. It's just a smart play every now and then just to slow it down.
22-year-old Murphy with a nice pass, but just couldn't quite reel it in. It was Keeley.
And the idea was right. Didn't quite put that on the money, and quick rotations for the Auckland Tuatara to start this ball game.
The Tuatara in the grey, bringing the ball up the court. Yuli, ball in hand. We know how dangerous he is. Thought about the three, decided against it. Barrow, size mismatch underneath, and the foul being committed by the Hawks.
Yeah, smart play there from the Tuatara. Tough there from Smiler. That's a big, strong body. You ain't going to move him. The wily vet just goes straight through the chops. And there's himself a keep to the line.
First attempt is successful for Barrow. Made his debut in the league all the way back in 2011, after high school.
Hey, let's not age shame now, all right? I think I might be right there next door.
Hey, but that's a good thing. It shows, you know, versatility still in the game. Still
Nick Barrow
keep it
runs
up.
for fun.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
I used to live extremely close to Nick Barrow. Story time, guys. I used to live extremely close to Nick Barrow. He's tidy up the rebound. And during the season, he would go for 5, 10K runs. He would make me feel so lazy. I'd constantly see him out on the roads.
And that's why he's still playing, Brooke.
Worked it out as I was saying that.
The foot out of bounds for the Tuatara, so it will be the Hawks to inbound the ball. I've liked the look of Kotricha though, since we've seen him later on in the season.
I think the Hawke's Bay Hawks have as well. Young talent, sees minutes in the NBL as well.
Smiler going his own. It started to open up for him. A nice little floater too. Oh, found nothing but the net. So the Tuatara want to go quickly. Miscommunication and the ball went out of bounds. Just wanting to change direction, but just wasn't quite with it with his teammates.
Yeah, and there's that transition offense that a lot of teams have run. Especially over the last 10 odd years since Andre Lamond has kind of introduced it with the breakers. It's kind of been a staple as Treacher goes to work down there. Tidies up the scraps. Adds another 2, but it's kind of been a foundation sort of offense, a transition offense that most teams in New Zealand have run. Gets so many looks off it.
Twyla Fata was the one who put that ball up, and tidying up was Treacher. See him there with the bleach blonde here. And another nice shot too coming in from Yuli, just getting around. Good ball movement with his arms.
Showed their strength there, playing with confidence as well.
Treacher for 3. Saw him block, and then now he's put up a 3. He is showing all of the tools in his toolkit tonight.
That's 8 of the Hawke's Bay Hawks, 10 points in that first quarter, couple threes. Tidies it up as well, as we see the highlights, and put that man on a poster. Exciting young talent. Got that corkscrew, sort of a follow through, but whatever works for you. Another good start from him.
We're off to the Eastern Arizona Junior College from next month. 17 years old. Plays really confidently too.
Yeah, they got a good one. Hawke's Bay has always been a place where they've done an incredible job of just developing talent. Always have from a young age, and 3 or 4 good schools in there. Competition's always strong. Treacher might be another one to add to the list.
10-9 is the first quarter score, just 1 point in it. But as we mentioned earlier, the Hawks, they really need to get this points differential up if it is to help their Sal's NBL team. They're sitting outside the top 6, and they are still a mathematical chance to make it, but they need to pile on the points.
They need to win this one by 40, right? And then win the next one by 40.
At least.
At least 40. Well, I'm a believer. Treacher gets cooking.
We're gonna throw some gas on that fire. And some. Fitzgerald. Some aggression on defense being shown by the Hawks. Through Cox. Ball in hand there. Cooper for the long range 2. Around the basket, but not through it. Murphy had to reach high for that one. Looking for some movement, not really much happening in a sea of grey jerseys. Treacher again, he really likes that finish with the right arm going up underneath.
There goes that man in the right place at the right time. You're right, there was nothing really going there. If he found a seam as Cooper rips baseline. But Treacher, right place, right time. And anything around the basket with those long hands, those long arms, makes it a lot easier. And when you're that athletic, you can jump one side, finish on the other. We've seen that a couple times now, and use the rim to protect.
It's quite static on the offense in that last possession for Hawks. What can they cook up here? For Tuatara. Going tough underneath and drawing the foul too, but not getting the ball to fall down.
He's going to the line. That contact was early. Only a foul there, but ref saw enough to send him to the line, and he's had a good start, confident start.
Josh Wiley, the 18-year-old.
It's a couple times now, though. Tuatara rip baseline. All your help is back with the screen. You have to make sure that they use that screen. Rip baseline. Cooper missed that first one. It was a good look, and that time Wiley gets to the line.
Successful trip as well. The line. 3 minutes left in the first half. Obviously, 4 4-minute quarters. It's been an initiative that was introduced in To'ihi last year, and it's made its way to the NBL. A little push off, and that was great finish from Smiler.
Yeah, good defense from Tuatara, but better offense. Smiler just got into the body, created enough space. Converts for 2.
Ledger gives it away to Barrow. They missed the rebound through Murphy, so free possession back to the Tuatara. Good ball movement too. Just always looking for an option. Fitzgerald with an open look. Murphy doesn't mistake the rebound this time. Last offensive set was rather static. Now there's a little bit more movement, and Treacher says, I'm just gonna go for the 3.
And this is where it gets tough, because he has the foot advantage on Nick Barrow. Now Nick Barrow has to close out. It's 3 of 3 from deep. Next time look for that up fake or try and get Nick Barrow on the hip and finish on the rim.
Showing his range tonight is Treacher. Here he is on defense. And a Hail Mary shot, if any, from Fitzgerald there. Doesn't go in, but will go to the line. Good
help side there from Tuatara, but that's just good defense once again from Treacher. He is scoring in abundance right now.
He won't go to the line. Sorry, my bad. I thought they had called something. Great defense.
It's out to 6 now. I'm a believer.
34 more points. They can do it. Smiler trying to drive him south and then gets it out because he committed about 3 grey jerseys there. Again, looking for Treacher, but it's a travel. But the right play, they were committing those defenders from the Tuatara, but in the end, they just couldn't quite get the connection right.
Yeah, you're right. The idea was right. The execution just not there. Had Treacher on that fade. Somewhere with that up fake and got caught in between 2. Tuatara forced the turnover, but was looking promising.
Yuli to Ledger. We'll see them in the main game later on. Yuli for 3. A low shot, that one, and just bounced out of the rim. Smiler brings the ball down court. Murphy thought about it, got a hit check from Ledger. Kind of obvious too, right in front of the ref.
It's a big body. Tough one to get around. I like to see the Tuatara push the pace. I know we've talked about this a few times, and they haven't really pushed the pace during the year. It's just an older team, but extremely capable, but they get into sets every single time. I'd like to see them just get out, try and get a few cheap ones.
Cut right onto the court as well. Good vision there to find Treacher, and just a nice hand there too from the Tuatara to disrupt. Fitzgerald, another bounce pass, and the block again coming in from the Hawks. They've been good defensively.
But he's about to take off and bang that one for 2. Weak side help there. As Murphy gets into the lane. Good pass, good look. They forced the turnover, and now they push the pace.
Kelly getting up for that block. Great work from the Hawks. Tuatara haven't scored for a while, and Fitzgerald says, I'm going to change that.
Corner pocket, that's where you got to get to. Shot it with confidence. It's this ball game back to 3.
Murphy gets it over to Kelly.
Just got caught deep there. Ruben Fitzgerald close to the baseline under the hoop. Murphy did a good job of sealing it. No choice but to foul there from Ruben Fitzgerald.
13 seconds left on the shot clock, and it will be a backcourt unfortunate. So 11 seconds left for the Tuatara to potentially tie this, and they're going to go for a player timeout. Why not use it? Use it or lose it. You get 1.5. What's the play here? Who are you going to get the ball to, Brooke?
If I'm being completely honest with you, I know these boys. I know that they're just trying to buy a couple more seconds. They have a play, they have a plan. They would have known exactly what they wanted to call. Everybody will be on the same page. That's just a vet move there from Nick Barrow. They'll probably go 1 flat. They'll send probably Braden Uwili high. He'll have it, and Nick Barrow will come up and set a high on-ball screen. I can't imagine there'd be too much ball movement.
So Yuli with the ball. 5 seconds left. Going on his own, and now it's time for a player timeout for the Hawks.
Like, I knew exactly what the Tuatara were going to do. I'm not entirely sure where the Hawks will go, but not much time on their clock. You either try and get a quick look for Murphy outside, or you throw it up high and let Trix hopefully go and find it.
Well, we know they've got elevation through Keeley and Treacher, as well as Cartwright. Cartwright's going to be the one to inbound.
Look for Murphy to come off Treacher and kind of get baseline in between that mid. Somewhere in between the key and the three-point line on the baseline, I would have thought.
1.5 seconds, not a whole lot you can do. 1.5, catch and shoot.
Yeah, I'll try and get, just off this set, not much going here, I'll try and get Murphy coming around, Treacher to really clean him up. If he can clean up Fitzgerald, there'll be some confusion there. Whoever's marking Treacher potentially will have to follow Murphy. If he doesn't follow, Murphy will have to look. If he does, Treacher can pick and pop. Or if he's fighting over, slip and dive to the rim.
So 2 seconds left. Cartwright, what's the decision here? Gets it to Smiler. Smiler for three. I think they got a hand to that one as well. So that is the halftime score here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. 17 points to 14, a 3-point difference. And the Hawks really need to start piling on the points to help their cause in the Sal's NBL. They'll be happy to have the lead as we look at the stats. Treacher, 13 points. It is the Treacher show right now.
Done everything that he can do. Shot the ball well. Got to the right places when Murphy was penetrating. 13 points. Smiler with the 4. Cleaning up every rebound as well. Haven't been too many rebounds to go. Always shooting the ball pretty well. And against the free throw line, they're converting to 2 turnovers. So it's going to be hard to tidy up those rebounds if they're not there. But doing a good job. Murphy with the 2 assists. Willie with the 1. And Smiler's kind of had his hand on the ball and created opportunities. Done a really good job and a block to boot. Hey, they're missing out on Treacher's block. I'm sure as a part of the Treacher family, I'd like you to know that you are seen. There was definitely a block, and we'll tidy that up.
Well, the Hawks are shooting at 58% at the moment from the field. 3 from 6 at the 3-point line. Thanks to our official stats partner of the Sal's NBL, the Chemist Warehouse.
Kind of sitting where both teams sit with the scoring average. The Rams actually jumped up, averaging 40 points per Rapid League game, which is a clip you're trying to get to. The Airs and the Giants both sitting on 39. Scoring defense, though, the Giants absolutely own with 31. So it's hard to do a pretty good job of holding most teams to 32 as well. The only problem is they've struggled to fill it up.
Look, you sound like someone who does his homework.
I live and breathe. I live and breathe the stats.
Always prepared. Such a true professional.
And shout out to Casey Frank. He does provide the goods too.
Let's hope we don't get another kick clash like this again. Because to be fair, when you're up jumping for rebounds, trying to crash those boards, you're probably going to box out your own teammate.
To be fair though, outside of that first turnover, I think we were pretty good.
Murphy has his first attempt of the second half. Tuala does well too, gets his own rebound. Unable to get the ball back. On defense are the Tuatara. Murphy again for 3 at Treacher. Another offensive board. Doing well to hold on to possession here. The Hawks steps back for 3. Murphy this time again not able to find it at another offensive board. Finally, they score through Tualafata.
You're going to have to box out those boys. Treacher and Tualafata just on a mission right there. And I love the energy that Tualafata plays with as well. It was a big part of the win last week against the Manawatu Jets, but just plays with a high intensity as a motor.
Fitzgerald does well to draw the foul there. Again, it's just that experience, right? When everyone's a little bit frazzled and they're all rushing down court, nothing happening, so he decides just to create some body contact.
Especially when you're struggling to fill it up as well. Just get to the free throw line. So we've done the majority of their work in terms of the scoring load tonight. It's been at the free throw line. It's the biggest help is you get to the free throw line and you continue to score, especially when you're struggling to fill it up. See, before they averaged 33 points per ball game in the Rapid League, which Rapid is around the 6th, 7th mark in the competition, which I thought at the start of the year, just with the squad they have, the names that they have on paper, that they would sit closer to that 40 points. Play a slower brand of Rapid. See that in the results. They just try and hold on the defensive end.
Murphy struggling just to find his radar at the moment. And he will swap in for, was it Cox, the 21-year-old? Smiler just ordering Tuatara around. Murphy again for three, trying to find it, and he finds it all right.
He hits the three, but that starts with Smiler. Got into the paint. I like the hezzy, the look away, drawed the defense, found his shooter. That time Murphy hits it.
Barrow, well, there's a massive mismatch in size there. He recognized it, but instead got it out wide. Unfortunately, not accurate on the shot from Wiley. Murphy, again, hot potato under that rim. Eventually it's the Tuatara who come up with it. Ledger, the big body onto the court. Smiler did his best and did enough.
Good job there from Smiler. It's not backing down, obviously. The height advantage, the length and strength advantage goes to the big man, but he did a good job of just keeping him at bay and ended up forcing the foul against the Tuatara, and the ball's going the other way.
Fitzgerald with that wide open look there, just left it on the rim. Inbounding for the Hawks. Smiler looking for options. Murphy drives in, just a little floater. Nice, pretty little floater, that one.
Much of the same of the last game. Kind of let the ball game come to him in the first and looks to take over in the second. And blow this one out to a 9-point lead. He can get a stop here and go down and put this one into double digits going into the fourth quarter. It'll be looking good going into the break.
Treacher with another block. He is having himself a game. He's that guy in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight.
We're going to make sure they get that block too. Energy's contagious. And the Hawks are playing with just a positive energy at the moment.
He's certainly putting his hand up for more minutes in the game coming up too at 7:30. Live on TikTok as well. So if you do need to pop somewhere, don't worry, you can take us with you in your pocket. But I mean, what else are you doing on a Wednesday night other than watching the Sal's NBL?
Having some Sal's pizza. There you go.
Right, $30 deal as well. It's going to pop up on the screen throughout the night, and it's valid for a week. As Yuli decides to go for the three on his own. Barrow had his hands on the ball. Smiler hustled hard, and it will be the Tuatara ball. Minute 12 left in the third quarter.
You just have to commend the Hawks right now. Obviously, it's been a tough season. The boys have come out here though with an energy, like I said before. Rotations aren't perfect, turning the ball over as well, but they're playing for one another. Their heart is in the right place in this ball game.
Smiler does well with two defenders on him, gets around Nick Barrow and gets the three-point play opportunity for the Chemist Warehouse Strike to make it that three.
You're the aggressor. Things just seem to work out for you. Smiler's having himself a ball game tonight. Pushes the pace, splits the defense in trans. Up fake on the big. Before that, the ditsy-do.
Zoran Smiler, just 18 years old. Certainly a very young Rapid League team for the Hawks. Can't get the additional points, the rebound with Ledger. But again, one of those players out of Hastings boys and Napier boys represented in here too. A lot of local talent in this Hawke's Bay team. Yuli gets it out to Ledger for three, lets it fly, never looked like missing.
And they've struggled all night. They have a couple of threes. Majority of the work, like I said before, has been done at the free throw line, and they want to stay in this ball game. They need us to get a stop here. come down and convert down the other end just to tighten this one up going into the fourth.
Well, Treacher had a lot of points in the paint earlier. I'd like to see them go back to that. A turnover.
Well, there's the stop we were talking about.
Will Ledger that time. And it was tipped, that shot. Not well short, so the Hawks have extended their lead. They now lead by 8. It is 26-18, 1 quarter left to go.
Yeah, good job there in that third quarter on the Hawke's Bay Hawks. He's doing a good job on the defensive end, like we said before. Rotations aren't perfect. They're hustling for each other. You can hear the communication on the backside. Rotating enough to keep this Auckland Tuatara team just at bay. Murphy big with 3, got into the paint in that third quarter. And like I said before, it's kind of like he just lets the game come to him, lets the flow of the game happen. In the first half, back-to-back games, noticed that Treacher was working, found him. Third quarter though, came out aggressive and just helped them extend this lead ever so slightly going into the fourth. Hey man, I like Tuatara as well. You see, he was raised right.
I was just going to say that. Usually in a basketball huddle, in any huddle, really, in any sport, people are just
oh, sorry, everybody got something to say.
That man put his hand up.
Excuse me, sir. But as a coach,
the Samoan genes in him.
Right. As a coach, though, this is the players that you love to coach. Full of energy, but respectful to it. And you know what you're going to get from him every single night he plays.
And their respect, I love to see it. I thought the same thing too. As soon as he put his hand up, I was like, my guy. So 3 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock, and also in the season for both teams in the Rapid League. The Rapid League obviously doesn't continue on when we get to the top 6. And I have a feeling that was a kick clash pass because it was right into his bread basket. No doubt he was calling for it. So the Hawks now on offense. The Hawks in the white and the Tuatara in the grey, if you can discern the difference. A lovely bounce pass, and he doesn't get the finish and everything else right, but put it in the bucket.
Oh, such a good look. The Tuatara are switching everything at the moment. Found a space, they found a glimmer in there. Tuatara on the rim. You just have to do it a little bit different too. If they're going to switch everything, what you want to do, you want to screen your own man. Get into those sprint screens. If you're Tuatara, start screening Ledger Walker.
5 seconds left on their shot clock. 2 seconds. They need to just put it up. Smiler in the nick of time, and wasn't enough on it.
And you can feel the intensity from this Auckland Tuatara team that's picked up drastically to start this fourth quarter. Getting it done on the defensive end as we pick up the foul there, but it's one of those ones, if they had this going all game, what would the score be? But obviously, they know they can turn it on at any point, but now they only have 2.5 minutes to hopefully rally and win this ball game. And you know they haven't waved the white flag. They bring back in Ueli. Nick Barrow's back in this ball game.
Cartwright also checking in for the Hawks. Ueli stepped back, thought about it.
Many have fallen victim to that shoulder. Nick Barrow just making the way to the rim. It's hard to stop an immovable force. Many have tried, most have failed. I've been there before too.
I thought the way that Murphy was looking at the refs was pleading for offensive, but obviously not the case.
I tried that as well. I tried that. Didn't work for me either.
You don't often see the refs change their minds. So not successful with the first one. But gets there with the second. So just slowly eating away at the lead. Murphy almost lost the handles there. And bringing that ball down court. He's going to go on his own, lost the ball, and yeah, travelled just a little bit of a hop there when he was losing control of the ball.
Yeah, just ever so awkward. I like that he didn't try and take the air out of the ball and try and bounce this ball game out. You need to stay aggressive. It's a 7-point lead. You can't just fall back on your laurels.
Looking for their options at the moment. The Tuatara, Cooper faked the right, stepped around, couldn't finish, gets his rebound, still hustling for it. And will get the foul.
It feels like they're chasing at the moment, forcing the issue. Now that you're down 7 with just under 2 minutes to go. Just have to chip away at this. Score stop, score stop, score stop. Try and get those easy looks, quick positions. Can you get a shot in under 8 seconds? Get an easy, tidy, clean look as opposed to trying to force it up with 5-6 seconds left. Got to the free throw line, but as we've seen all night long, just struggling from the line.
And they've left 4 points out there on that free throw line.
Well below the scoring average as well. 32 points a game.
Yeah, the defense has been good though from the Hawks. They have been hustling hard. Treacher, haven't seen him score in the second half. Had 13 in the first. Murphy with a quick release for the 3. And Ledger is the one that tidies up and gets the rebound. Treacher getting an arm to it, so not a clean ball for Barrow. And again, just hustling on defense. That time it was the arm of Tualafata.
Good job from Treacher there as well. Just on the help side. As we said before, they just keep stepping up for each other. That time Ledger Walker had a shooter in the corner. Just missed that, but just a sloppy position there from the Tuatara from the jump.
6 points is the difference, 1.5 minutes to go. Don't forget, coming up at 7:30, we have the Sal's NBL game. Fitzgerald hustling and just being a little bit too aggressive. Smiler down the ball up court, back to Murphy, and back in the hands of Smiler. Loses his footing. Gets that ball to Cartwright. Cartwright's going to go in south and back. Gets it back to Smiler, but there was a hand to it from the Tuatara. So they will get the ball back.
The Hawks have just struggled to close this ball game out. The Tuatara is still win this ball game. They come down, they hit a 3. It doesn't even have to be a 3. Just tighten up that lead. Hawks need to find a way to score this one.
Good elevation from Smiler. Murphy for a deep 3. Well short. Now, a minute to go. Still only 6 points in this. Tuatara can easily cut that down with the likes of Yuli. For 3. The triple is good.
Butter. One of the better positions that they've had as well. They go into the big, they double, quick kick out. It really makes this a one-position ball game.
Treacher for his first points in the second half doesn't get it, but we'll go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, you can just tell that kind of felt that something needed to happen. Didn't even think about it. Quick rip. You had the speed advantage from the three-point line, get to the free throw line, and chance to convert too.
So Treacher to add to his 13 points. Great shot there. High fives his teammate in Cade Cartwright. His dad was my teacher at Mount Albert Grammar School. Great Daryl Cartwright. Great basketball coach and player too.
He's lucky enough to play with him as well. We'll talk about some elbows. One of the nicest guys.
He scared me as a teacher, so I can't even know.
Well, I was lucky he was always on my team. He was always on my team, but at training every now and then you come up a screen the wrong way. He'll let you know about it. But when you're playing and he's wearing the same color uniform as you, you always knew you had the person in your corner that you wanted to have in your corner.
I was a role model student though, so we never clashed.
I believe you too.
43 seconds left, the difference is 5. Yuli that bounce pass and just not getting it done, and not for the first time tonight too. We've seen some great passes and then it's just the big boys not finishing.
I would have loved to see Braden Ueli be more aggressive from the start of this ball game. Obviously, it's hard to really find a complete flow and rapid. Just how quick this game is. Before you know it, it's 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, we're down. But we've just seen the last, it's only been 35 seconds of gameplay. Hits the three, that time easily gets into the paint, find his big, and you're right. Should have sent that one home for 2. Ended up fouling, missing, and missing that first free throw.
Hedger also went to Mount Albert Grammar School, so would have been taught by Cartwright too.
How many people go to this school?
Second biggest school in New Zealand, so quite a lot.
Who's some of the alumni there?
Oh, Sonny Bill Williams, Dwayne Bailey, Maria Tutaya, Portia Woodman.
Dwayne will be stoked to make that list.
18 seconds left. Can the Hawks extend here? They need to get a stop for Tuatara. And they do just that. No player timeout being called. They want to go quickly. They do. They fire the 3 ball. And they're calling for the whistle. I reckon he was fouled on Cooper's shot, but it's not to be. 2 seconds left to play.
They come up short on that 3, but I like the no player timeout on that one there. Sometimes when you call it, you give them a chance to set up the defense. That time, scrambling at 6s and 7s, they get a good tidy look. Probably not going to get a better look than that with the player timeout. I like the no call. Yeah,
right. Sometimes stifles momentum. They need a shot here. He threw his body into it, hoping for a 4-point play. It is not going to come. So the Taylor Hawke's Bay Hawks get the win in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, 28 points to 24. It does help their points differential ever so slightly.
It's won by 76 now.
But what a season these guys have had, and talk us through these stats, Brooke.
Well, Treacher did all of his work there in that first half, had 13 of his 15. Smiler was good. He was just kind of everywhere he needed to be. Made the right plays, right decisions. See Treacher there with the 7 rebounds. Bunch of rebounds for the Tuatara. They just struggled to score once again. They've struggled to score all year. And it's a nice ball game. They only put up 24. They managed to keep the Hawks to 28. Generally speaking, that's going to be a win, a dub. They have just struggled to score them. That was evident tonight. Blocks. He got his 2 blocks there in the end. Treacher with the 2. Smiler with the 1, Tualapata with the 1. Wiley with 1. Nick Barrow with a couple of steals. But you're right. It's the Rapid League done and dusted this year for Hawke's Bay Hawks and Auckland Tuatara. Very, very different Rapid League sides. You've got an extremely young side where most of these guys probably can't even vote. And then on the other side, Nick Barrow has kids and he's paying a mortgage. And I think he said he is in his 13th season. So very, very different teams and kind of, I guess, goals and expectations of what you're trying to get out of it. But it's the first year, a lot of learnings from both of these squads, and now we're ready for the main game.
That's it on the Sky Broadband Rapid League for tonight. Don't go anywhere, because coming up after this at 7:30, we're live on Sky Sport and on TikTok for the South NBL game. The Taylor Hawke's Bay Hawks needing an emphatic win to try and stake their claim in the top 6. The Auckland Tuatara sitting pretty in second place, but wanting to breed back in their Tall Blacks players. Don't go anywhere. It will be a good one. See you soon.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the moon. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. But I don't care what you think you got.
Tēnā koutou katoa e te whānau, no mai haere mai, welcome into Rodney Green Arenas for the final round of the South NBL before we get into the top six. The Hawke's Bay Hawks hosting the Auckland Tuatara, who have locked in that second spot. The Hawke's Bay Hawks still a very mathematical chance to get in. They need to win this game by a crazy amount, and they need the Giants to lose by a crazy amount too. I am Taylor Johnson, joining me, Brooke Rusco. I mean, is it possible, Brooke?
I mean, anything's technically possible. It doesn't help that the Tuatara basically brought back the Avengers. Ruben Tarangi is back, obviously off Tall Blacks duties. Corey Webster, welcome back into the squad. No Tom Vodanovic, which is definitely going to help them, but they have a squad coached by an amazing coach in Aaron Young, and it's going to be a tall order for them to stop or slow down this Tuatara squad.
I like free stuff, and I'm sure everyone at home likes free stuff too. And if you're watching on TikTok, so make sure you scan that QR code, vote for who you think is going to get the win, and you can go in the draw to win plenty of prizes, not just free pizza. At the moment, only 9% of people backing the Hawks. Everyone well and truly thinking the Tuatara are going to come here and really put to bed the hopes of the Hawks for making that top six.
I'm with you. Free is me. It's going to be tough. We need to speak about Rob Lowe just there, MVP candidate, last year's MVP. As we can see up here, they've only lost 3 games this year. The Canterbury Rams, and you have to give them a shout out as well, 16 on the trot. Those two teams have kind of been head and shoulders above the rest of the league throughout the year, and the Auckland Tuatara did an incredible job while their main guys were away of managing to pick up a few wins. Tough one against Taranaki Years. Carlin Davison at the end called for the goaltending. Tuatara walk away with the win, but the only thing that matters is that win and loss column. Tuatara got another one.
Games coming up this round. Obviously, right now we've got the Hawks and the Tuatara, then it's the Rams and the Bulls. That'll be a good preview into what could come in the top six. The Jets and the Sharks. It is the battle for the wooden spoon down there. Nuggets will host the Bulls again, so a bit of work for the Bulls as they head into that top six. And then the last 2 games of the round on Sunday, the Saints and the Sharks, and the Airs and the Giants.
Yeah, you feel sorry for the Jets. I know you called the game last night. It's been one of those seasons. Couldn't get the win last night, but I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited to watch that game between the Sharks and the Jets because you have nothing to lose. Just go out there and play.
Welcome back to Tarangi and Webster, who joined the starting 5 after being with the Tall Blacks. Glidden, Dalton and Lowe also there. A superstar lineup in the starting 5, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad. And while the Tall Blacks boys were away, Charlie Dalton stepped up and had 28. So they've got names and numbers across the board, but Corey Webster back at the helm to run the PG. These boys played Luka Doncic less than a week ago. So it's just a roller coaster of emotion for these Tall Black boys, not in the Olympics anymore, but can hold their head high with the performance they put out.
And hey, they're better for it. They might bring that form into this game here. Let's hear what the head coach, Aaron Young, had to say ahead of this matchup against the Hawks.
Here with Auckland Tuatara coach Aaron Young. Aaron, you guys have fared pretty well without your Tall Blacks, but they're all back tonight.
Yeah, welcome them back. You know, they did great things on the world stage. Unfortunately, they didn't, reach their goal, but we welcome them back with open arms, and, great opportunity tonight for us to, build some cohesion and, for them to get on the same page as some of the stuff that we've introduced over the last couple of weeks. But, we're obviously going to tap into their experience, especially on that world stage.
And you roll into the Hawke's Bay currently in second spot. What are the keys against the Hawks tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great opportunity just to execute what we want to get out of this match. Our habits are going to be tested. They're a talented group, especially their starting 5. So, they're a dangerous group when they get going. So we just got to establish, a good level of discipline early, and I think that'll go a long way for 40 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. All the best for tonight.
Cheers.
Let's take a look at the starting side for the home team, the Taylor Hawke's Bay Hawks. And Ngatai joins the squad once again. Kara, Moore, Rasmussen and Roberts. Another strong starting five.
Yeah, really strong starting five. Ball runs through Isaiah Moore. He's the be-all and end-all of the squad. He's the motor. And Jordan Natai, welcome back into the squad. Rasmussen, he had 35 earlier this year. And Roberts coming off a 28 rebound game. One thing that they're going to have to do is box that man out.
We caught up with their head coach, Sam Gruggan, just moments ago. Let's hear what he had to say.
Here with Taylor Hawks coach Sam Gruggan. Sam, currently 9th, been a long season, probably not where you wanted to end up, but been a lot of tremendous things happen this season for the Taylor Hawks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was a few KPIs coming into the season, and I guess a bit of a new direction for the Hawks, bringing some new players in, just finding a better culture or culture that we're trying to really kind of instill, and especially in our young group. So over the course of the year, Kobe Carr and Jacob Murphy done a fantastic job. I mean, last year they averaged single minutes, like 9 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that. So they're up over the 3 digits now. So we're pretty happy from that point of view, definitely.
And a real commitment to the young talent in the Hawke's Bay. Do you think that's going to continue going forward?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of talented players. Jackson Ball's representing the New Zealand under-17 team, and they just came fourth. It's a fantastic achievement for him. And there's a lot of young high school kids that have done really well in the recent tournaments going by. So we're really happy with the youth coming through him. We'll continue to develop them for sure.
And Tuatara in town tonight. They're bringing a full squad back with all their Tall Blacks. What are the keys for tonight?
Yeah, definitely guarding the three-point line against them. Obviously, 4 of their 5 starting 5 can shoot the 3 really well, so they can stretch the ball there from that point of view. But also on the defensive end, just making sure that we can guard the inside the paint and outside the perimeter, and then offensively just get out and run.
Thanks, Coach.
Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head and talk us through this, Brooke.
Well, the matchup that I can't wait to see is their guard matchup, Isaiah Moore versus Corey Webster. Cam Glidden, you don't want him to get hot, and that center clash ain't bad as well. Like we just said before, Josh Roberts coming off 28 rebounds and last year's MVP and Rob Lowe. So we've got a battle across the board. I'm excited for this one tonight.
Well, before we jump into this, let's check in our mates at the TAB, and Tia McDougall has some thoughts for us.
Very confident heading into tonight's match with all 3 of their Tall Blacks returning from international duty. As you can see, they are the favourites to win over the Hawks. But with their home playoff spot already booked, we might see a little bit more rest and rotation from the Auckland lineup, which is something that the Hawks could capitalise on, especially with players like Josh Roberts playing in such good form. If you've got a hunch that tonight's match could be a little bit closer than expected, well, the Tuatara to win between just 1 to 10 points, that's paying $3.05 on the TAB app. Download it, give it a go. If you do so, remember to do so responsibly and strap in for an exciting night of basketball.
Brooke, you were questioning some of those odds. Are you going to chuck some moolah down?
Me, never. I'm not a betting man. It's not in my DNA, but
Sure.
just the way that this Auckland Tuatara team have played all year, I heavily favour them to come out of this ball game with a win. But it's always a bit of a mixed bag. You welcome back 2 of your influential guys in Corey Webster and Ruben Tarangi. Obviously, Jordan Natai is coming back in this one. And you're just coming off the back of a huge Tall Black experience. The highs of playing for the Tall Blacks once again, the lows of missing out on the Olympics this year in Paris. But 6 days ago, these guys played Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is about to sign a $300 million contract. It's crazy the places that a round ball can take you, and instantly you have to turn it back around. You're on next to a 35-hour flight. You have to make your way back, and you're playing in Hawke's Bay less than a week later. So it'll be interesting to see how these boys come out. Do they let the game come to them, or are they ready to rock and roll coming off the back of their last Tall Blacks campaign on both sides, Jordan Natai and the 2 boys with the Auckland Tuatara? But that man right there is going to have the ball in his hand 90% of the time for this Hawke's Bay Hawks squad. Everything runs through him, and Coach Aaron Young talked about this in pre-game. He said habits, that's what they're trying to build. The habits been pretty good and pretty successful throughout the year. But I know that was the PC answer. In Scout, it was how do we slow this man down and how do we box out Josh Roberts. That's going to go a long way to helping us win this ball game tonight. The other thing I like about this is if you support the Hawke's Bay Hawks, you really have nothing to lose. And Isaiah Moore with nothing to lose. This starting 5 with nothing to lose. Josh Roberts, Jordan Natai, Rasmussen and Kara to round it out. Just go out there and hoop. Forget about the X's and O's. I know coach don't want you to say that. But go out there and have fun.
So the Hawks in black and the Tuatara in the dark green. A big welcome in to everyone watching live on TikTok on your Wednesday night hoops. A couple more games in the playoffs will be televised live. A lovely time there from Glidden, but unable to finish was Dalton, but that could have been a nice spicy first shot.
Yeah, worrying signs on the defensive end for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, just too easy. It's a basic pick and roll. Pop pass there to Dalton, and he'll be disappointed he missed that, but good look.
They inbound, they get it quickly to Low. Big man has plenty of tricks up his sleeve. This time just drives into the paint and the easy finish.
The slow motion with the potion there. Found a way to make it work, and big Rob Lowe is on the board.
Moore, who has been a real great find for the Hawks this year. Just putting up that photo, Roberts. They're big men in each team, just flexing their muscles early. And too easy, wide open lane for Webster.
And
defense optional on that play.
We call that Olay defense. And it's going to hurt them. It's two easy looks. Obviously the miss from Dalton, and that time Corey Webster just with the hezzy. He got into the paint. They're going to have to tighten up the screws on the defensive end if they want to slow down this Tuatara squad. It's Rob Lowe connects from three.
He is 42% in his three-point shooting this year. As we just mentioned beforehand, he has got plenty of tricks up his sleeve. It's just someone who's so hard to defend because he's strong in the paint and outside the perimeter. Got a hand to that one too.
And the perfect start from the Auckland Tuatara. Good job of getting stops down one end. On the other end, they got 7 points, but they got the looks that they're trying to get in this ball game. Rob Lowe with 5 and Corey Webster with that hezzy too.
So they go through Dalton. He tries to create some contact, doesn't get the ball to go down, but will take our first trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe just a minute and 39 seconds into the game.
Yeah, what can be demoralizing is the looks that the Auckland Tuatara are getting at the moment. Hawke's Bay Hawks just need to tidy things up because it can become a snowball effect. Before you know it, they round off 4, 5 quick points, get another stop, and they do it all over again. And before you know it, you're down that sort of 14, 15 sort of a mark early in the ball game.
And they're looking really slick and quick. In the opening couple minutes, the Tuatara have come out firing and pushing the tempo. More. The 24-year-old brings the ball up court, gets it to Ngatai. Welcome back, Mr. Ngatai, and he has, like he's not even been away.
You're right, welcome back. He was a huge miss for them while he was away on Tall Blacks duties as well. See Corey Webster get to his money spot, and well, to be fair, when that man's shooting anywhere kind of inside the half is a money shot for him, but connects for another 2.
Yeah, averages 21 points per game. That man right there with an opportunity for a three-point play. Got the whistle. Isaiah Moore, so good.
That's their first step. We talked about, to me, the quickest first step in the league, but he also has that hezzy. Good job of just stopping and going, playing with his eyes as well, just kind of keeping the defender at bay. Strong, sturdy body, so if he can get you on his hip. Never really looks to pop back. He's never on that step back, but that first step is so quick.
Second in the league for points per game this year with 25.18. As you mentioned, he's been great for this Hawks team. And potentially the last game of the 2024 Sal's NBL season for the Hawks. And Rob Lowe lets another one fire, another triple.
He's always been a good three-point shooter as well. He has to close out on him, and smart enough player, always has been, but now that he knows you're going to have to contest, look for him to go for that up fake.
More mid-range jump shot, it just rolls out. Dalton with the board. And again, look at the pace that this Tuatara have in transition, just going from defense to offense. Dalton couldn't quite get the handle on that, and Glidden gets his hand to the ball, forces the turnover, and they will get that ball back to Tuatara. But look how quickly they got down and the amount of hands that ball went through.
And they just do it quickly. The ball's always going to beat the man. Charlie Dalton does all the intangibles. This Auckland Tuatara squad. Smart play, gets it to Rob Lowe. He pushes the ball. Cam Glidden finds Ruben Tarangi, who unselfishly didn't shoot that three, but they're just getting the looks that they want right now, the Auckland Tuatara.
That was a very nonchalant pass from Webster, just behind his head to Lowe. Ngatai drives himself, plenty of body contact there, but all legal. Doesn't get it to drop, so Tarangi fires it to Webster, plants his feet, pushes the three, knocks it down.
Easy as a Sunday morning. And what you don't see there is Charlie Dalton. He's the one that set that play up. That's a cut to the rim. Corey Webster's trailing from the start. Ruben Tarangi knows that Corey Webster's on the opposite wing. If Charlie Dalton doesn't sprint to the rim, the defense doesn't have to commit. He sprints. He was never really in the play to get it. Defense has to commit, because if they don't, it's a layup on the rim. They go with it. And Corey Webster's wide open for three, and no coach wants to see that. Well, actually, Aaron Young wants to see that. No other coach wants to see that.
Well, this man has already got a highlight reel, and we're halfway through the first quarter. Rob Lowe. And you spoke about it in the pregame. He was the 2023 MVP, and he's averaging a double-double already, but we expect that from Rob Lowe. Do you think he will go back-to-back MVP?
I think this game could determine. I know it's close. Luther Muhammad has been there throughout the year. I mean,
I'm putting you on the spot here.
There's 6 in this, half a dozen in the other. I'm going to say yes.
Well, there's no Froling anymore. You know, he's someone that I had my money on. And so now that big man's gone.
And congratulations to him.
Absolutely. We love to see it.
And you have to shout out the Airs as well. For those who don't know, Sam Froling, import for the Taranaki Years, had an incredible year for the Illawarra Hawks. Signed a summer league contract to chase his dream and pursue his dream to play in the NBA. But the Taranaki Years had the option. They said, go and chase this dream. Even though we're close to winning this, we're going to be in the fight to win the NBL. It's something you've always wanted to do. And they allowed him to leave the team and chase his dream. And you have to commend Taranaki Years for doing that.
Good block coming in from Webster. I totally agree. Sport is business, and these teams treat these players like pawns, and it's good to see them treating them right. Moore just banks that three again.
That's a business, and that man means business every time he plays. If he ever comes back to this country, I know that people are going to chuck the wallet at him.
Rob Lowe goes one-on-one with Ngatai. And he's going to take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Ngatai can't believe it. I didn't see much body contact there either. What's your thoughts, Brooke?
I didn't see much in there. Maybe it was on the angle. Maybe he got the arm after the spin move on Rob Lowe. But Swiss Army knife tonight. Step out and hit the three that time. He gets into the paint. His first bucket was an up fake and a kind of herky-jerky get to the rim. And just got a shout out to Rob Lowe. He's been playing at a high level. I played with Rob. And I retired about 7 years ago.
Yeah, but you act like you're old. You retired young, Brooke.
I was doing something there, all right?
Getting that ball out to Kara. He has his first three attempt, and it's good for the night.
A real confidence builder there as well. As Isaiah Moore pushes the pressure, forces the pressure on Corey Webster, but we just want to see that first one go through. It was smooth like butter.
We talked about it in the Sky Broadband and Rapid League before that, but it's really nice to see some of the homegrown local players. Kara, obviously one of them from the Hawke's Bay. It's Rob Lowe. This is a battle we were looking forward to. Just through to Yuli, and unfortunately Barrow couldn't reel it in. Lost the handle. Moore just caresses the ball into the hoop.
It's just body control, body positioning. Obviously Rob Lowe has the height advantage. Stopped down, got him on his heels, and then did a good job of trying to create the contact, but there's nothing much Rob Lowe could do about that.
Back to Terangi, he has an open three, but getting there quickly was Roberts. Ngatai decides to push the pace, can't get that three ball to go down, so Rob Lowe gets it to Webster. Kara tries to apply pressure, ends up dropping back. Webster eventually has a good look. So Both teams trading threes and missing.
High scoring affair. As a fan, that's one thing we want to see as the ball go through. Good look there from Isaiah Moore, finds a shooter, and Keanu Rasmussen joins the party.
Drains the triple, does Rasmussen. And lots of threes being scored by multiple people. It's not just one person on the court carrying. Good teamwork across the board. Webster, that strong pass. Roberts got a hand to it, but Low tidies up. Falls short with the pass, with the shot, should I say. Rasmussen tries to put on the footwork, gets around Terangi with the reverse. That was pretty.
And it might be the find of the season. The start of the year, people actually thought he was an import, the numbers that he was putting up. Kiwi is a local in this league, and there's a lot of teams that will be trying to get him back next year. The Hawke's Bay Hawks will do their best to bring him back for another year as well, but to me, diamond in the rough, great finding from the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
$30 large pepperoni pizza. We said in the Rapid League game. What are you doing on your Wednesday night if you're not watching Sal's NBL live on Sky Sport or on TikTok? You're eating pizza.
We get 2 of those. Sign me up.
You got a fast metabolism. You can have 2 of those. I'll have half a slice. Some people are hashtag blessed, Brooke, and that is you.
Hey, it's not skinny shame, all right?
The timeout was called, and the Hawks, they are coming back.
Yeah,
21-19.
Well, they do this. This is what the Hawks have done. They have moments, they have patches. Sometimes they have quarters or halves. They really struggle to find a full 40-minute game where they've had it clicking, they've had it popping from the jump. But they can rattle off a quick 10 minutes and 10 points, in the space of a minute. They know how to fill it up. They just have these long droughts. They end up killing them.
Yuli onto the court, gets that ball to Dalton. He fakes, gets it back to Yuli, and then pops the ball in. Good interplay between those two.
I thought 3 or 4 missed opportunities there, but ended up getting a wide open look from Braden Yuli on the rim. It's one way to welcome yourself into the ballgame.
Ngatai has Dalton sticking onto him like glue, puts that arm up, and just does enough to stop that shot of Ngatai going in.
I hope that doesn't deter Jordan Ngatai from going back in the block. That's my favorite Jordan Ngatai down in the block. And as Charlie Dalton gets into the paint, misses, but Jordan Ngatai can finish over both shoulders. Footwork really good in the post. He is a problem down there.
Roberts with the offensive board, as he said here, 28 rebounds in the last game. Moore gets the whistle, looks at the refs in frustration, so he will take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
28 rebounds is crazy. Apparently he was on 29. Now look, I'm not chucking a conspiracy theory out here. Apparently he's on 29, they took it back to 28, which ties the NBL record that Miles Pearce also had. Now I know Miles Pearce, one of the great mans, him and his lovely partner Kat, 2 of the nicest people you ever meet, but I know he would have been, we've been asking some questions, say, hold on just a second, let's just make sure that we got these all right, because I'm not willing to lose that rebounding title just yet. Trust me.
You can take that tinfoil hat off now, Brooke. The Tuatara trailing by 2. They got off to a strong lead. Glidden gets to go quickly, gets the whistle too. So that'll be 3 attempts from the line. And I'll tell you what, Cam Glidden is not someone you want to send to the free throw line. He's 32 from 36 this season.
What have you done? Tough there as well. Obviously, Jacob Murphy, you want to get over those screens. Can't go in under any Cam Glidden screens, especially with the screeners that they have. Smart screeners, the likes of Rob Lowe, Nick Barrow. They'll see you go under, they'll create the space, they'll pop it back and he'll hit the 3. So you have to fight over. But in doing so, you can't get too close, create that contact and send Cam Glidden to the line, because like you said before, it's all about automatic.
89% it is. Very good.
I think Ruben Tarangi has jet lag.
Why do you say that?
He's over there rubbing his eyes. Actually, Corey Webster right next to him too. He might have it as well.
Hey, commending them for coming back and playing.
Absolutely.
The heart and soul of New Zealand basketball is obviously in the NBL, in the domestic league. Welcome to those watching all around the world. Moore showed a bit of footwork, but just couldn't find the execution on the pass.
Technical foul there on Chris Grogan.
Yeah.
Catch exactly what he said, but on the defensive end there from Tukaha Cooper, that's the lesser of two evils when you're marking someone like Isaiah Moore. You get him going to the right with a sort of fade to the right, leaning out of bounds, capable of making that shot. But if he gets to the rim, he's all about finishing the two, getting to the free throw line. It's a good job on the defensive end there from Tukaha Cooper. You know what a luxury that is? They just sent Cam Glidden to the line, which absolutely you would. On any other team, Corey Webb's shooting that free throw. On any other team, Rob Lowe's shooting that free throw.
It is a luxury. They have plenty shooters in this team. Dalton goes along the baseline, gets it through to Terangi. We'll blame that on the jet lag. Moore looking for options. They go into the paint. Treacher, he was outstanding in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Got 15 points and a couple of phenomenal blocks. He certainly got hops and is very agile. Just 17 years old. Glidden, oh, he is money.
This Auckland Tuatara team, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. There's so many different players out there that can, on any given night, it's their night as you see Isaiah Moore get back to his bread and butter. But you're right, he's automatic, and as a shooter, when you go to the free throw line, you see 4 go in, you know that next one's going up, and smart here from the Tuatara to try and get Cam Glidden another shot.
Tough from Dalton, and oh, poor Smiler didn't really stand a chance. He just came in there strong.
Yeah, nice strong play there from Charlie Dalton, and you're right here, it's that height mismatch, that strength mismatch, but they were trying to get that look for Cam Glidden, and nothing against Charlie Dalton and getting to the rim and getting that three-point play, but just missed out on Cam Glidden. And the only reason you want to throw that one back to Cam is because you allow him to really get that heat check. He hits that one, then the next one's going up.
Moore taking an unusual seat on the bench. He averages more minutes than anyone this season.
And don't be surprised if that's his only break for the game. He averages around about that 37, 38 minute mark per ball game.
37.43 to be exact. Thank you, Casey Frank. Rasmussen drives hard, gives Dalton a taste of his own medicine.
Something in the game of basketball that never really addressed, but we called that the makeup call. Nothing really going on that one. Charlie Dalton did a pretty good job of getting his body in front. Did a pretty good job from, this angle of keeping his arms out, but it's a no one. It's a no one.
More to inbound to Smiler. Chicha was looking for the pass, doesn't get it. In fact, it eventually falls in his hands. Rob Lowe, though, the towering figure, just deterring him from putting that ball up. Smart move from Treacher. Rasmussen gets up in high, places the ball in, gets around that big man too. That is smart ball placement.
Yeah, tough finish. Quick, same hand, same foot. Ruben Tarangi, one of the better defenders at the wing position basically on this side of the world. Does it in the ANBL with the Tall Blacks and in this league. So Rasmussen, good job of getting downhill and just getting it up quick enough so Rob Lowe couldn't come for the weak side deflection.
Webster goes quickly and gets a bump in the back from Treacher, so we'll go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And sometimes that just plays playing into their hands, right? When you see someone like Webster go fast, you just want to try and get there and defend, and you end up committing a silly foul.
And the worrying sign right now is the Hawks are filling it up. They're doing a good job. They've got 27 points in the first quarter. You'll take that as a head coach. The worrying sign is it just kind of feels like the Auckland Tuatara are only in third, maybe fourth gear at the moment. You want to be able to, you don't just want to be in arm's distance of this team, you want to be in front. You want to have them chasing you. You want to have a buffer late in this ball game. So the Hawks need to continue to do what they're doing on the offensive end, on the defensive end. Like we said at the start of this game, just tighten the screws up.
Treacher got away from the defenders, but Moore didn't see him. Trying to set the screen there was Ngātai, gets the ball back, thinks about the three, goes for the three. Crashing the boards with Smiler and Treacher, couldn't get there though. Webster comes up with the ball. Has Moore on him. Lowe sets the screen. Again, not a whole lot of movement happening here in this offensive play. And 3 black shirts in there, and he was still unable to get the ball off Rob Lowe. He is just that tall. And that is the end of the first quarter here in the Sal's NBL, the final round of the 2024 season. The Hawke's Bay Hawks needing an emphatic win to increase their chances to make that top 6. But in the end, it is 31 points to 27 after the first quarter. Don't go anywhere because we have the rest of the game coming up after this. Welcome back to the Hawke's Bay, where it is the visiting team, the Tuatara, up 31 points to 27. Welcome in to everyone watching on Wednesday, including live on TikTok. Brooke, we had a question for you. What was your career highlight?
Oh, probably the first time you played for the Tall Blacks. It's a memorable one. First time you hear the anthem, do the haka.
You've got plenty of former teammates actually on the court right now. If you had to pick a favourite, who was it?
Oh my God. Hey, no, you ain't gonna set me up like that. Not my first time at the rodeo, all of them.
Rasmussen for 3, and it's good. His second of the night.
Damn, you're right. I think I played with 7 of the guys on the court right now.
Te Rangi, nice and quick too on that cut across. Rasmussen with ball in hand again, and when he gets confident, he is hard to stop. More steps back for the 3. And getting an offensive board was Roberts. We know how good he's been recently. In fact, in the last game, he got his career high. Rasmussen gets the pass back to Moore. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Roberts with the reverse dunk.
They've just worked out this connection throughout the year. Incredible 1-2 punch between Roberts and Moore, and Roberts has been the beneficiary of Isaiah Moore and the problem that he is when he gets into the paint. It's Charlie Dalton with the smart cut, sees his defender go, cuts straight off his back. Rob Lowe with the Easy dime, but smart play there once again from Charlie Dalton.
Natai thought about the three, dished it off instead. More with Yuli. One-on-one. Roberts wide open, hesitated for the three. To be fair, never looked like going in with that hesitation.
Why not though? Honestly, the way they play, the connection that those two have, if Isaiah Moore ever passes it to Roberts, you let that bad boy fly.
Both teams coming out firing after that quarter. Some footwork there from Moore, just getting rid of the defender. And he's always confident when he's in the paint.
That's the gravity of what Isaiah Moore basically demands in the game of basketball. You see Braden Ueli try and defend that, overplays it. Smart back cut from Isaiah Moore, and down the other end, just another easy wide open shot for Ruben Tarangi. That time doesn't connect.
Left wide open in the corner, out on that wing. You do not want to leave someone like that unmarked. Webster gets done for the trip.
Isaiah Moore's a problem. Tough to defend. They're doing a pretty good job trying to minimize the effectiveness of Isaiah Moore. I say they're doing a pretty good job. He still has 12 points and 5 assists.
Natai gets it to Kara, who's back on the court. Natai goes himself, and 3-ball is good.
No problems on the offensive end. As you see an unforced turnover there from the Auckland Tuatara. But no problems at the moment from the Hawke's Bay Hawks, getting the looks that they want. If they can slow down this Auckland Tuatara team down the other end, build a bit of a lead. We've seen them have big leads in the past. They had a 20-odd point lead against the Taranaki Airs a couple of weeks ago, and the Airs came back to win that, and not just win it convincingly, as Isaiah Moore gets into the paint.
He's got good hesitation, right? He faked, decided to hold on to it, good patience, and then put it up once the defenders had already jumped. Rob Lowe gets that ball whacked out of his hands, and the body language of the Hawks is they don't agree.
I appreciate the body language, though. It means they care. Obviously, they're in a fight right now to try and make the playoffs. It's going to be basically a miracle to pull it off. We think it's a 80-odd point win that they need to get tonight.
Basically, they need to channel what was done on Space Jam and channel the Monstars to just take over and get 100 points.
The problem is the Monstars joined the Tuatara again, going back off Tall Blacks duties.
Glidden onto the court. Good defense from Natai. Kara gets it back to Natai, and the pop pass. How many change the hands and he doesn't finish from it? That was one for the highlight reel, and it's been missed.
Rasmussen had to put it up. I get it, the unselfish play. You find your big, he throws that down. That's the highlight play. But you take the 2 points. They come up empty-handed. They're going the other way. And the momentum would have been rocking with it this time. Rob Lowe forces the issue. Picks up the foul on Roberts. And you can see Jordan Natai. The wide open layup from Keanu Rasmussen. And if he had that again, you know that he's putting that back up. He basically had shot the ball. You see Roberts at the very end. Like I said, you get it. It's the unselfish play. You're trying to get that highlight momentum. You think there's no chance that he's not going to make that dunk. But you go up and you get that 2 points, and you want the highlight play. It comes off Jordan Natai's pass.
They baited it for us, right? Like when you know they've got all those players down there on offense, there's one defender, you know a highlight reel is coming. And just didn't finish.
That's like is when you walk into the house and you smell food and it smells delicious, then you try it. It's like corned beef.
Oh, don't get me started.
It smells like
Brock
it smells
Rusco doesn't
delicious.
like corned beef, and it just breaks my heart. I've got beef with you now. Natai gets it to Roberts. This is a game we're having at the moment, and that man is having a game like he always does.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I had the same chance at the highlight play before and it doesn't work out, I'm put matters into my own hands.
Natai now with 9 points in the game. I think that's his third personal foul too, and you don't want that. We've only 4 minutes into the second quarter. Yeah, he's not happy.
Yeah, and the way that he's playing at the moment in this ball game, playing aggressive, shooting the ball well. Also on the defensive end, what he provides for the squad. Huge loss for him, probably for the rest of this half. And it goes back to, that one looked like a foul. Looked like he had contact with Braden Ueli on the spin move. It goes back to the foul that he picked up earlier on Rob Lowe, which is one that he's probably frustrated about. That didn't really look like there was much going on in that. He doesn't have that one. He's only on his second foul now.
It's unfortunate for this Hawks team because he really has been good since coming back. In fact, all the Tall Blacks have really shown us why they're there. And there's the highlight reel we were waiting for. Roberts slams it down.
And I see why Rasmussen wanted to throw the pass. Isaiah Moore put his defender in the mixer, throws it to the upper room, and Roberts does the rest.
Yuli for three, and it's good.
Is he holding a stick now? Threes are worth more than twos.
Different kind of highlight reel for Yuli.
And we got ourselves a ball game tonight. Both teams pulling it up on the offensive end.
Takaha Cooper did a really good job on Moore there on defense. Just did enough. Dalton gets it to Glidden, waiting out here in the corner. And the three is good, and it is tie ball.
And that's where Kara just has to have the understanding. Cam Glidden wide open. They did a pretty good job of slowing him down. You cannot leave Cam Glidden open. Every shot that he's been wide open for tonight, he has hit. He's out to 10 points in this ball game. As you see the crossover, chuck it to the upper room, and that man's gonna go find it. Go-go gadgets. Next position down. Braden Ueli silences the crowd quickly, hits the three. That's what I was talking about before. Rasmussen did a good job of slowing down Charlie Dalton. I said it was Kara, excuse me, it was Treacher. Had to have the understanding that Cam Glidden, one of the best shooters in this league, has been a sniper in the Australian League for the last 10 years. You have to know where he is at all points. Just fell asleep, and that's what you'll learn, as we said before in the Rep League, the tender age of 17. You have to know where the shooters are at all time and have trust in your defense that Rasmussen's going to do a good job, and he did.
7 threes for the Hawks and 6 for the Tuatara. Hawks operating at 58% outside the perimeter, and the Tuatara at 50. Overall field goal percentage is good. I mean, the total field goal percentage for the Hawks at the moment is 53% and the Tuatara 58. So the accuracy is there at the moment.
And I like it. Roll the dice. Put Jordan Ngatai back out there. Season on the line.
That is gutsy.
It's season on the line. If he picks up this foul, you're going to have to bring him back out. But go down swinging. You have your key guys out there. You missed them for the last couple weeks. Can't do much on the bench.
But if you're the Tuatara, that's the one man you're going to drive at every time. He steps back for the three. Fall short there. Murphy onto the court for the Hawks. Yuli wants to push the pace, go quickly. Blocked by Murphy. Get up.
Great recovery there from Murphy. Really, I thought had done all the work. As Charlie Dalton picks up the foul from Isaiah Moore, just puts his head down. There's no quit in that drive. He's always going to get to the free throw line and find himself a bucket. Jacob Murphy. Date with the rim. With the backboard, excuse me.
Brooke, as you know, we're also live on TikTok. People want to know who your favorite player is.
Steph Curry. Oh, you mean in New Zealand League?
Well, yeah, let's go New Zealand now as well. Cooking with Curry. Who's next?
My favorite player of all time, Jordan Mills. Hard to go past Jay Miller.
Successful trip from the stripe for Moore. Yuli again drives hard and passes it to no one. Cooper is there to tidy. Barrow also onto the court. And Murphy, a couple of good defensive plays coming in from Murphy. And then, used to say the old Ngatai would have dunked that one.
I'll give it to him though. Jordan still got bounce. Charlie Dalton just did a good job of making sure he didn't throw that one home. But you're right. Jordan on the fast break. You normally get a highlight reel.
Cooper for three, money. He's had a good injection into this game.
Like I said, we got ourselves a shootout. Those 50 points from both these squads with just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game with 10-minute quarters. Both teams came out to play tonight.
Rasmussen has shot the lights out earlier. A little bit off his radar at the moment. Good vision from Glidden. Just trying to clear some space with Dalton, and that's tough.
Tough's a perfect word for that. Over the outstretched hands of Roberts. Quick shot. Charlie Dalton, just the impact that he's had. Obviously didn't start the season with the team. Found his feet, didn't really play too many minutes in those first few games, but him and that man with the ball right there, Braden Ueli, are huge pickups. Added additions back into this Auckland Tuatara squad.
Cooper shoots the three. Roblo, Barrow tried to get the rebound, unsuccessful. So Ngātai will bring the ball up the court, only down by 1. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to play. Rasmussen from the corner, shooting the lights out.
Good look there from Jordan Ngātai. That's why you roll the dice and bring it back in. Draws that attention, takes some of the scoring load and the workload on the offensive end off Isaiah Moore. Puts it on the money to a shooter, and Rasmussen returns the favor.
Murphy, again, another big play. Pulls that jump ball. I am loving his injection into this game. The 22-year-old local from Napier boys. And that's someone you say, you know, go on the court and make an impact. And he's done that.
High energy. Had to pick your moments. That big block on Braden Ueli slightly earlier, that time on the defensive end once again. He's got his hands in the cookie jar, forces the jump ball and stays with Tuatara, but we'll start the next half of the possession and that's automatic. It's like a green light. You don't know when it's going to come, but it's going to come. If he goes up and has that much space, he's going to hit it.
Well, it certainly has been an entertaining game. Remember, the Hawks, they do need to win by a silly amount to get their hopes of going into the top 6 alive, but also they need the Giants to lose, and the Giants have been good.
Well, they've been good on the road. Giants have struggled from home.
They'll be happy that they're on the road in the top 6.
They'll be stoked that they're 6 because they cannot play a game at home. And a Mike Fitcher's squad coached extremely well. The Giants are always a strong, united team. Down in Nelson, it's live and breathe basketball and rugby. It's the off-season of rugby right now, so the whole community gets behind the Giants. They have done for 30+ years now. They get on the road. They love the challenge.
The Hawks were well and truly still in it last week. They played 2 games. Their loss to the Bulls, 102-93, was what hurt them. They got a win against the Jets, but as we said, they really need a big win tonight. They need to get some stops, and there ain't no stopping that man, Cam Glidden.
You run out of superlatives when it comes to that man and shooting the basketball.
Spell it, Brooke.
Ooh, I can spell a lot of words. I can say a lot of words I can't spell. That's one of them.
Moore gets the pass on the baseline to Rasmussen. Cutter for 3. Glidden with the rebound. Smiler applying some pressure. He brings the ball up the court. Dalton dishes it off to Webster. We haven't seen him for a while in the game. Dalton, though, gets the ball back, just threads it through off the glass.
And easy as you like.
Cutter to Moore. Zone defense at the moment from Tuatara. Roberts just fired away, quick pivot. Not accurate though. Smiler got a hand to it while Webster is there, giving him some space. Barrow to Glidden. Tried to get it to Barrow, and someone's committed a foul there. Might be Cutter.
Yeah, it's a freight train you don't want to get in front of. Nick Barrow slipping. Cutter body on the line, picks up the foul. Coach Aaron Young talked about building habits in our pre-game talk. You see Cam Glidden with the up fake.
deep too.
Man's on a heater right now. They have to find him at all times. The Tuatara, the way they play, basketball IQ's high with these boys. They'll find a shot for him in the next one.
15 points, Cam Glidden at the moment in this first half. 45 seconds left to go. They've got a 6-point lead now. There's been plenty of lead changes in this game though. No one really asserting their dominance at present.
Well, I was saying before, Coach Aaron Young was talking about building habits. Last probably minute on the defensive end is the best minute that the Auckland Tuatara have had throughout this ball game. On the defensive end, they jumped into that zone, but the reason I say it was the best is because they made someone else beat them outside of Isaiah Moore. They end up forcing the long three, they get the rebound. Next time down, they force the turnover. I know Coach Aaron Young won't be focused on, or won't be too worried about the habits that they have on the offensive end because they have absolute guns across the board. Those habits will start on the defensive end, and he won't be happy with the first half, but he will be happy with the last minute.
Dalton gets it to Webster. Still 40 seconds left in this first half of the South NZNBL game on your Wednesday night. Webster's three didn't go. Dalton just snatches the ball back off Murphy, and you can't get caught slipping around him.
Well, hustle play there from Nick Barrow. Just stayed in the fight. Forced the loose ball, and Charlie Dalton, right place, right time, is the winner to the spoils.
Moore so quick on his feet. The no-look pass to Cutter. He couldn't finish though. Good trickery from Moore. So 6 seconds left in the game. Terangi, he's gonna go on his own. Has plenty of black jerseys around him. The ball won't drop, but he will take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe and just take his time getting up as well.
And that's where they're tough. Corey Webster off the ball, Cam Glidden off the other, stretching the floor on the other side as well. Ruben Terangi makes the right play, has Roberts on him, so the defender or the shot blocker is high at the 3-point line. Then it's the speed mismatch to put the ball on the floor. Can't overcommit or help too much. He's going to find his shooters on the other side. They load them up. Picks up the foul, converts the first, and makes this one a 8-point game. Chance for 9 going into the half.
Well, 11 points from the free throw line. So the discipline is really hurting the the Hawks at the moment, gifting the Tuatara plenty of opportunities to score.
You can see Coach Aaron Young pleading, how is that you bring the ball down and call for a timeout? It's a question that most coaches ask. The logistics behind it, try and work it out, but it's a hopeless fight. I would love for one day the refs to go, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It's call it a half.
How many times do you admit you're wrong, Brooke?
Point made.
It's a hill I'm always willing to die on. You're those people who realize you're wrong mid-argument, but you'll keep arguing.
I just love an argument. Sometimes I don't even agree with the argument,
Brooke
but I'm
missed
like...
a confrontation over here. So what, we've got 2 seconds, less than that, to get a shot away.
Interesting, Isaiah Moore isn't inbounding the ball.
Yes,
You thought
I
we
was
would have had
just
him
gonna say that.
coming to the ball, but with the time that they have, it's also the best passer that they have. They score slightly wrong. We have it 51-60 on the official stats.
Looking for the alley-oop, gets it away. He's just short again, but he's asking for the push. Roberts is saying you got a push on the back, doesn't get the whistle. So it is halftime in the end, and it is 60 points to 51 is what we've got here. The screen says 59. We will get that corrected for you at the half, but don't go anywhere because Brooke and I will dissect the first half that we just watched after this.
Good job. I like the Taylor Hawks merch. Good job supporting you too, my man. Amazing. And stopped. Oh, what do we reckon? That was pretty close again, team. I reckon we're going to have to do another round of paper, scissors, and rock. Let's see what you got. Did you just change red, paper, scissors, rock? All right, out of the game. Well done, team. Final round with the beanbags. Final round with the beanbags. Let's see what we got. Round we go. It stops. And I'm sorry, my man, you are out of the game. Thank you for playing tonight. Our final two contestants. What is your name? Kenzie, all right, Kenzie, and over here we have.
No more Hukima, welcome back to the Hawke's Bay, where it is the Tuatara with the lead over the Hawke's Bay Hawks. The Hawks really needing to get a win here tonight in order to keep their playoff hopes alive, but it is very slim pickings. They need to win by about 60 plus. But let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Talk us through it.
Well, I said they were doing a good job on Isaiah Moore. Still ended up with 18 points in their first. Rasmussen with 13. Jordan Natai with 11. You welcome him back off to All Blacks duties. Cam Glidden, he got cooking. That second quarter was a Cam Glidden show. Just had too much space. Can't allow a sniper like that to see the rim. And every shot looked like it was going to be butter. Roberts, as we expect, 6 rebounds in this first half. Natai with the 4. Roberts obviously coming off that 28 rebounding performance in their last time out. Rob Lowe with 5 and Cam Glidden with 5 as well. But Isaiah Moore, 18 points, 7 assists. Natai, Kara, Murphy, Roberts all with 1. And Corey Webster on the other side, who's been a assist machine throughout the year, has the 3. Rob Lowe with the 2 as well. And a block from Glidden, Tarangi, Murphy and Roberts as well. But Isaiah Moore has just orchestrated, as he has all year. He's orchestrated the offense. I think your best sort of way of slowing him down is on the offensive end of the field, the Tuatara attack him. Hawks do a good job of hiding him as well as you possibly can, but run him in those high balls. If he picks up Corey Webster, send Rob Lowe towards him. If they switch it, obviously you just slip and you send Rob Lowe down. If they don't, he has to fight over Corey Webster, and you got Corey Webster on his back. But you're just trying to exhaust Isaiah Moore, which is easier said than done, as much as you possibly can. But good first half from the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Up until around about 2 minutes to go, where the Tuatara just flexed that muscle ever so slightly and pushed this one out to an 8-point ball game.
8 points, the deficit the Hawke's Bay Hawks will really need to fight back in that second half if they want to keep their very slim chances of making the top 6 alive. But I'm sure all the Nuggets players are watching and hoping that isn't the case. Oh, sorry, I say Nuggets, Giants, the Giants, my bad.
The Nuggets probably thinking
I mean,
that too.
everyone wants them to lose. If it's not you, then you want them to lose.
Nuggets probably thinking the same thing.
59-51 the score. We will have the second half right up after this. Welcome back to your Wednesday night hoops here on the Sal's NBL. Is the last round, round 16, before we head into the top 6, and the Auckland Tuatara have locked in second place. They will host one of the finals. And it's all on. What are those things called?
360 wheels.
That thing.
Actually, I don't know.
Here is a package on Mr. Moore, and he knows how to get the ball in the bucket.
Yeah, he knows how to fill it up. He's a professional scorer in a variety of ways as well. Not really a three-point shooter, but made a tough one in the first. Does most of his work getting into the paint with the float game, creating contact, and getting to that free throw line. But between him and Cam Glidden, 33 points between the two of them, 18 for Isaiah Moore, 15 for Cam Glidden in that first. And as we see there, all of that work is done in the paint.
Glidden has been on fire tonight, the top point scorer at the moment for the Tuatara, 15 to his name in the first 20 minutes.
And a really positive sign heading into the playoffs as well. As you get Cam Glidden cooking, you get him coming into the playoffs with a little bit of momentum, and it just strengthens up this team. And one thing we haven't really talked about tonight is they're doing this without Tom Vodanovic. Tall Black coming off the back of a win with Tasmania Jack Jumpers, shooting the ball from deep extremely well. It's kind of that physical sort of presence for this Auckland Tuatara squad, and having themselves a ball game on the offensive end without him.
Take a screenshot if you're watching on TikTok to make the most of that QR code, or if you're watching on your screen, grab your phone, scan that QR code and vote to who you think is going to win and by how much, and you can go in the draw to win some free prizes. And only 8% of people backing the Hawks, and considering there's been plenty of lead changes, that surprises me. And hey, they were paying a lot on the TAB, so if they can get hot when they need to.
Well, now might be the time to jump on.
Yeah.
Half to go. And like I said before at the start of this ball game, you've got nothing to lose. Now that you're only a half away, you're 8 points down against Auckland Tuatara at home. You want to give this crowd an incredibly good crowd throughout the year. You want to give them something to go home to and send them off the right way and thank them for the support that they've given you throughout the year. Just go out there and hoop out in this second half.
Well, we spoke about the Tall Blacks coming back for the Tuatara, and there's a couple of players who haven't come back yet, and that's the New Zealand 17s, Jackson Kish, Jameer Reid, Hunter Teratana and Gus Dello for the Tuatara, and of course Jackson Ball for the Hawks. How good were they, and how proud are we?
Oh, for both of those, I guess the answer is extremely proud. Extremely proud of how they played, extremely proud of what they did for New Zealand basketball, and I don't think they understand what they've done just yet. I think it'll take them coming back home, soaking up the noise, understanding the flowers that they're given, and even then, it might take them a few years to really understand that they just came fourth at an international tournament around the world, where you're playing the likes of the Australias, Turkeys, USAs. Oscar Goodman had himself a tournament, but it wasn't just him. So congratulations to those boys, Ed Haddleton, head coach, and all the coaching staff, and Josh Roberts there with the nice bucket to start this quarter, but also to all the coaches that helped them throughout their early sort of programs and appearance with the early mornings and the late nights. It's done by committee, and congratulations to those young boys.
I'm president of the Goodman fan club. I'm taking applications because I am on that bandwagon. As they turn that ball over, unfortunately couldn't get it to go. Terangi juggling the ball in his hands, gets it to Glidden, and he continues the form he had in that first half into the second. Thought he should have got a whistle there though, he thought is what I'm trying to say. Let's take a look.
Hot potato, it was unconventional. It was unconventional how it got to him. Once it landed in his hands, that was as conventional as it can be, but he got smacked in the eye late. The recovery block from Cam Glidden as well. He's giving it to you however you like it.
Well, sometimes it takes a non-call to really get you up and prove the refs wrong, and that is what we just saw from Glidden as Dalton tidies up his miss. But it does give you the extra motivation, right? You're angry, you didn't get a call, you come back, you take it out on the block.
It's kind of like when your parents tell you off and then you go to your room and you yell, but they can't hear you.
Yeah, you slam the door.
Go to slam it,
and then they come back up. And it's round 2.
It's just too easy. Bread and butter for the Auckland Tuatara there. High on ball screen, Corey Webster. We said before, he's been a machine. Here comes the dishing out assists all year long. There's another one to his Westlake running mate, Rob Lowe. And Rob Lowe's been the beneficiary of playing with Corey Webster once again. He's found easier buckets this year. He's shooting the ball extremely well from 3, pick and pop. Rolls at the right times, and they're cooking, and so is that man.
Ngatai is absolutely cooking tonight, as you mentioned. Webster wants to trade threes. It just ricochets off the back of the rim. It's getting awfully quiet around the arena. Everyone well and truly tuned into this game. The difference is still 8. Ngatai faked, gets it away to Moore, tries to cut across into the paint. Moore goes, no accuracy there. Dalton 1-on-1 with Rasmussen, decides just to hold the ball up and wait for his troops to arrive. Again, quite static. No one really moving. Webster forced to try conjure something up. Glidden was waiting in there. Roberts gets an arm to it. That's good outside arm defense.
And you're right, nothing really going there for Auckland Tuatara. Isaiah Moore creates the contact, picks up the and one on Corey Webster. You're right, just nothing really going on that, but they have the ability. They can just go to that high on ball late. You look at the squad they have out there with Webster, Lowe, Glidden, and Tarangi. They can go. So just a high on ball late, and 9 times out of 10 is going to work. Nothing really going on that possession. And it's an interesting one right here for the Auckland Tuatara, because you want to, obviously, no doubt about it, you want to get a win going into the playoffs. You want to have that momentum, but it just kind of feels like the intensity isn't there for them right now. Once they get into the playoffs, obviously you can turn it on, but it feels like they're just, as I said in the first half, Rob Lowe gets into the paint. Still kind of sitting in their 3rd, 4th gear, just kind of waiting for them to turn it on and show what they are capable of doing. But you also have to have understanding. You come back off a, like I said, 35-hour flight for 2 of them. I mean, they're not going to come up with excuses for any of them, but it's got to have understanding of most important thing is get through this game injury-free, find that momentum. You just want to make sure that you can hit 5th gear at the right time.
Lowe couldn't add the extras from the and one, so Ngatai will bring the ball up court for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And for those watching on Twitter, it's in New Zealand, not Australia, as Carter can't get that 3 ball to drop. The Auckland Tuatara in the green. Lowe for 3. That was a really quick release from Rob Lowe.
But probably more the pace that the Auckland Tuatara are used to and accustomed to playing at. It feels like they're ready to turn this one around too.
Rasmussen with that big step back, the ball falls short. Just clips the rim. Lowe gets a fortuitous bounce off the back of the rim and on the backboard.
Yeah, he often gets those. Soft touch. See Braden Ueli set to check into this ball game.
Moore, again, that 3 just rolled off the lip of the rim. And I feel like the pace is starting to drop a little bit. Good intercept. Moore just plucked that out of the air. Gets it to Rasmussen, and it's an and one play. Glidden got the contact on Rasmussen. You can see they were hesitant with that play, though. It was like, we got a fast break here. Who's going to do it? What are we going to do? And Rasmussen obliges.
Yeah, Cam Glidden did a pretty good job up until that last part, but Isaiah Moore is just a classy player. Up fake, managed to get Glidden to bite. That's all he needed. Finds Rasmussen, and Rasmussen goes to the line to convert the 3-point play.
Does exactly that, Rasmussen. So Dalton with the ball. He's had really good minutes towards the latter end of the season. Has Dalton, as you know, Tommy Vodanovic as well in this game. Yuli looks to go right, gets it to Dalton, who's waiting out on the wings. Trying to crash the boards was Barrow, but there were the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Moore floats that ball up for Roberts. He can't reel it in and then ends up passing it straight into the hands of Glidden. Tarangi just takes his time, surveys the options. Has Treacher on him. Treacher onto the court. Barrow tries to pop that ball up. He almost cough it up though to the Hawks and give it back to the Tuatara.
Yeah, they didn't make it easy on themselves, but they get a stop. 6-point ball game right now, and this game's really opening up right now.
I like the confidence to put Treacher on too, and Murphy. Both of them play with a lot of confidence. They've got a lot of energy, played well in the Rapid League game. Rasmussen on target with another 3.
He's having himself a ball game tonight, 17 points, but once again it starts with that man, Isaiah Moore. A good job of gravity, as we said in that first half. Turning heads and put that one on the money for Keanu Rasmussen.
Good ball movement around the perimeter from the Tuatara.
Call for the 3 seconds there, quick 3 seconds. But the Hawks doing a good job of getting this one late into the shot clock. It's a few times now, and you said this earlier, is static offense.
Now they're only down by 3. They're clawing back into this lead, but every time they come close, it's looking like they're going to overtake the Tuatara, get a stop, and they convert down the other end. Moore wanted to go on his own. It clips the foot of Lowe, so 14 seconds left on the shot clock, now inbound.
And another big game from Isaiah Moore, 23 points, 8 assists. Scoring load's been spread for this Hawk squad though, 23 for him, Rasmussen with 16, and Jordan Ngatai with the 14 tonight.
Unfortunately, Murphy just passes straight into the arms of Glidden, but he makes up for it, turns the ball over, and he puts up the layup. And that is how you hustle after you make an error. That is textbook stuff, kids. That is what your coaches teach you.
Way to not give up on the play. Crystal ball, maybe. He saw it happening. Just a lazy pass there from Rob Lowe to Ruben Sarangi. You don't see that very often, and you're right. Murphy didn't drop his head, stayed aggressive. Picks that off, and that lands slightly better. He's throwing that one down.
You love a hustler. You love someone that, yes, you made an error, but you go make up for it straight away.
Without a doubt. Well, you love a hustler on the basketball court. Some hustlers out on these streets these days.
What do you think Aaron Young is saying to his team there?
Just tidy it up on the offensive end. Defensive end is still giving up 70 points, but it's been a lackluster, probably last 3 minutes on the offensive end for this Auckland Tuatara squad. And it's because you know the standards that they play to. And we talked about habits before that the squad wants to have going into the playoffs. And it can, generally speaking, it can be hard at this time of the year to find that motivation. It's a cold night, it's a Wednesday night, the gym ain't rocking. You've already locked in second spot. You're missing Tom Vodanovic. You can search for excuses across the board, but you just want to keep it as tidy as possible. You know exactly what the Rams are doing at the moment. So you really just want to round this off. And that's not how you do it.
Murphy again, his second steal, and he finishes. He gets up, and that is the injection from the bench that you want.
That's another lazy pass. One from Rob Lowe. Next one from Cam Glidden as he gets the back cut that time on Jordan Ngatai, and good pass. Just things you don't often see on the Auckland Tuatara squad is back-to-back lazy passes.
Moore has Glidden on him, gets it back to Ngatai. Ngatai looks for the 3. Can't get there. Dalton will bring the ball up court. Treacher is there. And is that on Ngatai or Treacher? I hope it's not on Ngātai for his sake and for the Hawks' sake, because that will be his 4th. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think that one might be on Jordan Ngātai.
Might be.
But I think they're going to leave him in this ball game. As I said before.
Don't die wondering.
Too easy there from Rob Lowe, but yes. It's your final quarter of the season. There's one of your marquee guys. It's a 3-point ball game right now.
Murphy for 3. Can't get there. Glidden pirouettes while he picks up that ball. Webster gets it out to Dalton. Rob Lowe with the one-arm wind-up on the rebound. Fires it to Webster, who gets rid of Murphy. And again, it just goes in and out and not down where it needs to go. Ngātai for 3. Good hustle from Rasmussen and with the putback.
Great hustle. I just have a feeling, it's just a gut feeling right now that Corey Webster is just about to go off.
We love when he goes off, that's for sure.
And sometimes players and scorers, especially that caliber, they're just searching for something. And it wasn't anything that any of the players just did just then from the opposite team, from the Hawke's Bay Hawks. But you just heard it from the crowd. After that, they thought there was a push-off, no call. And all you're looking for when you're a cerebral scorer like that is something, just to turn the switch.
Someone was reading his thesaurus tonight. Cerebral. You came in prepared, Brooke. Yuli with that lovely cut just opened up the defense. You could see the frustration from Gruggan at the top of your screens. Moore goes quickly, and when you push the pace, and what a finish. That was a Hail Mary, but he's going to say he aimed that one for sure.
It was full of grace. That's what it was full of. He chucked it up, and sometimes when you're a professional scorer like this, Hail Marys aren't really Hail Marys. Hail Marys to most, to that man, like I said, Hail Mary full of grace.
Ball on a string, you knew it was going in.
Whew.
Converts as well. So we're tied up here in the Hawke's Bay, 76 all. We all know that the Hawks needed to win by 60 plus at least. They're not going to get there, but they will want to finish their season with a win and to reward the people who have come and supported them week in and week out here in the Hawke's Bay. 3 ballers wayward from Dalton.
Hawke's Bay Hawks are getting the looks on the defensive end that they're wanting to give up. Charlie Dalton shot 3, maybe 4 threes in this quarter. And don't get me wrong, he can hit that 3, but it's the lesser of Keanu Rasmussen. That's another 3, but you take a shot from Charlie Dalton over Rob Lowe, Ruben Tarangi, or Corey Webster.
Tarangi wants to trade 3s. Doesn't get there. Murphy gets up high for the rebound.
And the crowd, you can just hear them. Been looking to get into this ball game all night long and starting to find their voice now.
Moore. About 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's got Yuli on him, tidying up as Murphy, but blocked by Rob Lowe. That is a size mismatch if I've ever seen one. Ngātai pulls out because he knows he's on 4 personal fouls.
Charlie Dalton, that's his bread and butter right there. Get out in transition, use that athleticism, and Rob Lowe finds him.
Moore off the 1 foot. That is an incredible 3-ball off balance.
There's your Hail Mary.
Mr. Moore, stand up.
And I hope the refs can hear us. They're talking about that one. Count it. That 3 is good. You know why that? He went to his bread and butter there. He went to his float game. The 3 mana wave.
That's a new one. The 3 mana wave.
All right, we've got a new one in there.
What a way to end the 3rd quarter in the Sal's NBL game. Moore has been a real standout. He is on 26 points. We still have another 10 minutes to go. Still have the 4th quarter. This has been a phenomenal contest. And the Tuatara, though, they will really want to make sure that they continue this momentum and continue to build on this, because they don't play for another 2 weeks after this game. They've locked in that second spot. Their next game is a home semi on July 24th. So they want to dust out those cobwebs.
Which is perfect in one stance, because you welcome back Tom Vodanovic, so you can get him back into the system. Corey Webster and Ruben Salangi, as we talked about, have been away on Tall Blacks duties, which has meant that they've been busy, but to that point, so has your Rob Lowe's, so have your Nick Barrys, your Braden Willies. They've played big minutes. Now, a 2-week break is a big break, and it's going to be hard for Coach Aaron Young to keep that intensity up for 2 weeks. But that is a big break. What do you do? You take a 4 or 5 day break, allow them to get away from the game of basketball, just get shots up and reps up when they need to? It's a question only the coaching staff will know, but when you've got older bodies like that, tired bodies at this time of the year.
Oh, and one more quarter to go after this, but it is 82-78. Welcome back into the final quarter in what will be the last game for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And they're looking to end their season on a high with a win. Roberts with the putback. They've got the 6-point lead over the Tuatara. And it has certainly been a game.
There's no other way you want to wrap up the season than with a win. It's a long season. As Cam Glidden gets back to his money spot. His money spot's behind that 3-point line, but gets to that elbow. Sweet music right there. I'm just saying there's no better way to wrap up the season, especially if you're not going to make it to the playoffs. And then finish on a high and finish with the win is Murphy. Hits the 3.
He has had a great performance from the bench, has Murphy. And let's remind everyone that the Tuatara at one stage had an 11-point lead. And the tenacity being shown by this Hawke's Bay Hawks team to stay in the fight as Rob Lowe tries to bully his way over Ngatai. And they're going to have words after this game.
And Jordan Ngatai, lucky they didn't pick up that foul there. Reach. You just got to keep your hands out of the cookie jar. He stays in this ball game though, and it's a 5-point game right now to the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Miscommunication there on offense. So Dalton dishes it to Glidden. Rob Lowe Tries to get that bounce pass through to Moore. Sorry, should I say to Dalton. More disrupted.
Good job there from Isaiah Moore not to give up on the play. Was out of there, saw the double go for Rob Lowe, and Dalton cut. Smart IQ play there from Isaiah Moore.
Good long range two from Glidden wasn't successful, so Murphy, who has really been my pick for one of the better players off the bench from either side really tonight. Rasmussen finds his way through, gets it to Murphy for a 3-ball. What a performance from the 22-year-old.
The young man is cooking. Wrapped up the Rapid League in the second half, trying to take that ball game over too. And he is, as you just said before, being an injection off the bench. Back-to-back triples in the fourth quarter, fearless. Started on the defensive end, and that third quarter picked up a couple lazy passes from the Auckland Tuatara. Got on the board, back-to-back layups, and started this quarter with back-to-back threes.
Not only has he been good on offense, but defensively too. He's been great. He's gonna collect a foul on the big man, Rob Lowe.
And I like that. You make a couple threes.
A bit of David Goliath battle going on there.
Definitely a foul there on Jacob Murphy with big Rob Lowe just trying to pummel his way through.
And obviously there's no Tuatara fans watching because it's all Hawks with the MVP votes at the moment. Tuatara fans, where you at? And it's an offensive foul there too.
Tuatara couldn't even get a 0 vote.
And look, the camera was rocking because the crowd are up on their feet. They are really rooting for this Hawke's Bay team. It will be their final game of the 2024 South NBL season. And they're wanting to end with a bang.
And the crowd always gets a little bit louder when it's a hometown favorite. That being Jacob Murphy right now, that's got his fingerprints all over this fourth quarter. And I know that they're a fan of that man right there, Isaiah Moore, as well. Best kick game in the league. We might have the best game in the league.
I was going to say, your kicks on hoop heads earlier were pretty nice. Maybe not so much what you're wearing now. The socks and Crocs combo. Nice to see you dress up for these games.
You're lucky I had to look at yours.
Don't worry, I'm wearing Jordans. I know I'm doing basketball tonight.
There's that man again, Jacob Murphy, just pestering in the. As you hear the crowd rocking.
The crowd are behind Murphy, but they won't change the minds of the referees.
And they bring him out. You'd almost roll the dice. Hopefully that's not him down for the ball game. Hopefully they bring him back in, but he can hold his head high. He just helps his team tonight.
Well, he's equaled his season best with 10 points. Dalton from the left-hand corner. Rasmussen comes up with the rebound, and Rob Lowe is going to take the foul.
Once again, they go to Dalton for that three. Dalton's best when he's in all those intangibles. We're doing all the intangibles. Those back cuts, getting into the lanes, running out in transition. As you said, he can't hit the three. They're going to live and die by that one right now, the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Right now, it's in their favor.
So they've got a 10-point lead, their biggest lead of the night. And their confidence is up. 6 minutes to go in their season. Moore with the mid-range shot. Just rolls around the rim, Glidden has Rasmussen in front of him, Natai up the top. Rob Lowe has Carter on him, and Carter gets the contact, and so Rob Lowe will go to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Yeah, and Tuatara going for that instant offense. High on ball, quick slip. They don't really even sit there, screen to Rob Lowe. Smart play right there, and Ruben Tarangi finds him on the rim, and you're right, late rotation there from Herbie Carter. Picks up that foul. Rob Lowe back to the line.
Rob Lowe, top scorer tonight for the Tuatara at present. He's got 27. He's been going about his work, has Rob Lowe. Simon Moore on 33 points. Josh Roberts with 11 rebounds. Rob Lowe on 12 rebounds as well, should I say. I think I've struggled to find a game where he hasn't got a double-double.
Definitely wasn't the last game. You made sure of that. 28 rebounds, 28 points. Tuatara done a good job of slowing down that efficiency. We'll talk about efficiency. Isaiah Moore with 33 points and 10 assists. He had himself a ball game tonight. Still a lot left in this ball game to give as well. But we said he's the engine. He drives this car around, and not just tonight. Every single night he gives that team a chance to win the ball game.
Oh, pretty hungry. Hopefully you at home saw the deal that came up from Sal's $30 pepperoni pizza. I am getting some pie straight after this.
Oh, you and me both. Interesting time right here. 5 minutes to go, 7-point ball game. Tuatara will not be happy with how they've defended tonight. They'll be happy with 87 points. Made it look. We've got some easy looks throughout this ball game, but to give up 94, 5 minutes to go. When Coach Aaron Young talked about habits, they won't be happy with that.
They usually only concede 97 points a game. So, should I say 81? What a play again from Moore. Do you think he's putting his hand up for the MVP voting? I mean, yes, his team won't be at the top 6, but is that a requirement?
Yeah, you got to be top 6. But he did everything that he possibly could do. If his team's sitting higher, if they're sitting in that sort of 3rd, 4th, then without a doubt he is in the conversation. And it's not a lack of anything that he's given. He's got 36 points tonight. It's on brand for what he does, second leading scorer in the league. It's just where they're situated on the ladder. He's out of the fight for that alone.
Yeah, the Hawks have done well tonight to break the defense of the Tuatara, because I said to myself before, they only ever concede around 81 points per game, which is first in the league. The Hawks are on 97. They've done well, and what a way to end their season. It hasn't all gone their way. There's been a couple of games where they'll look back and be disappointed that they couldn't finish. But it certainly has been an interesting season for the new coach coming in, Dragon.
Yeah, real roller coaster. Up and down. This is a tough league. You can't take any nights off. There's been seasons in the past where you kind of circle must-win games against teams who struggle to get wins, but it's a tough league to. As you see the Tuatara argue for the call there, but it's a tough league to come in and get wins week in, week out. But a promising sign. The Hawks Bay Hawks going forward.
Well, the Tuatara aren't looking like a well-oiled machine, and yes, they've got their Tall Blacks back, and you mentioned it could possibly be a little bit jet lagged, but considering they won't play for another 2 weeks, they really want to start getting those combinations right and just start being silky smooth, because remember in that first quarter, they actually came out like a well-oiled machine. They were very quick, they were cohesive, the ball was going to hand, the shooting was accurate, but now it's just started to slip away.
Well, you're always looking for a silver lining in certain places too. If they go down and lose this ball game, you find a million things to work on over the next couple of weeks. And sometimes when you just get that tuning before a big game coming up, before the playoffs, sometimes a loss is actually exactly what you need. Do you ever want to lose? No. But when you're trying to find the silver lining in certain things, as Rob Lowe goes to the line, misses from the line. Sometimes you can find positives in a loss, and I'm sure that's what they'll try and do. And don't forget, no Tom Vodanovic tonight as well.
Not a loss just yet. We still have 4 minutes 30, which is an age in basketball, as we know.
And I don't think that he'll look at this as, well, Coach Aaron Young and the coaching staff will look at this as a win or loss just yet. If they go on to win it, they'll be happy with that. If they don't, I think they're going to take more out of this game, even if it finishes right now, with how they played this ball game. Giving up 97, 4 minutes to go, like you said, they generally give up just over 80 in a ball game. All the work is going to be done on the defensive end.
This game has sort of lost its structure though in this last quarter. We see another turnover there, just getting a hand to the ball. Rasmussen has low on him, decides to go against, going into the paint, but steps back for the three. Rasmussen, what a find for the Hawks this season. They'll be hoping he's back next year.
And you can hear the crowd. You know, they're hoping that he's going to be back next year. Huge game from him tonight. He's in the 20s. Shot that with confidence, separation from the big. Set the feet. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And you're right, just a huge find for this Hawke's Bay Hawks squad.
Well, the Tuatara have left quite a few points out there. They're only 68% from the free throw line, 15 from 22, whereas the Hawks are 11 from 11, 100% there.
Hawks will be asking themselves, where has some of this been all year long?
Hindsight's a beautiful thing, Brooke.
Is it what? And they've always been capable of filling it up. They've always been capable of scoring. What they have struggled to do throughout the year is do it 40 minutes. Most of the time they'll give you probably 2 really good quarters, but they've given you 4 good quarters tonight.
Can I just remind everyone that the Hawks were paying over $5 to win this game. When Tia McDougall came up on the screen in the pre-match and gave us the odds, over $5. Only 8% of people were backing them on our little poll. So you'll be sitting pretty if you put some money on the Hawks right now. Still a lot of time to go, still under 4 minutes. But considering they weren't given a chance, you'll be liking the way this looks right now.
And I'll be interested to see that poll right now. What's the percentage that the crowd has of Hawke's Bay Hawks winning this ball game tonight?
Well, here is the NBA. Still no Tuatara players and more. Well, give me some more threes, Cam Glidden.
Cam Glidden should be up there somewhere. I don't know where he should be, but he should be in there. Isaiah Moore, without a doubt, 57%.
And how good to see Jacob Murphy there. I mean, 25% of votes coming off the bench. That's great work. You'll be stoked. Yeah,
the productivity that he provided off the bench, the energy, stops on the defensive end, connected with a couple back-to-back threes to start this quarter. And I was surprised that they bought him off, but Rubicata's services over the last few weeks, he's done enough. He's been a big part of their squad and played big minutes. Coach wants to reward him to round out this year.
Good trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So 3 minutes, 20 seconds left on the 2024 season for this Hawks team. 8 wins, or if they get the win here, it'll be 8 wins for them. For a new coach, I think you'd be happy with that. As Carter dishes it to Moore, has 2 on him, so someone's bound to be free. Rasmussen had the difficult task of having to reel that one in.
And they left to strand him on an island. Tuatara did a good job there of doubling, not over-committing. Someone from the Hawke's Bay Hawks squad needs to come to the ball.
Gets it to Glidden, who gives it to Lowe. He went underneath instead of over the top of Cutter. It was odd shot selection, didn't pay out in the end. Moore, it opened up for him. Roberts came crashing in just to double check. Talk back, but no need because Moore was accurate.
Moore's going for that 40-piece tonight. 38 with that floater is Corey Webster. It might be him done for the night. 2.5 to go, 13-point lead, and Isaiah Moore with another bucket.
Well, Moore, you're right, you pointed out he is at a season high. was 35 points versus Saints in round 5, and he's overtaken that.
Which is surprising to me. Just for how dynamic of a scorer he is, how often he has the ball in his hands, how well he gets to the free throw line and converts from the free throw line. 35 you'll take, 38 you'll take. Just surprised he hasn't had one of those nights where we went for those 40 pieces and went close to 50.
Ball rolls in for Dalton. So as we mentioned, it will be a home semi-final for the Tuatara. The Rams also locked up first place. So those two will host home semis. Who they will play, yet to be seen. Fire bullet pass from Rasmussen. Pinpoint accuracy on the money, and the finish from Cutter.
Put that one on the shmoney. Tom Brady will be proud of that pass. Thread the needle. Could be cut in the right place at the right time, and just made it look too easy there. You see another 3-point runaway.
There's a lot of happy people here in the arena, and why wouldn't you be? This is a performance that they can be proud of. Remember, they were down by 11, and yes, that's not a whole lot of basketball, but sometimes the Hawks team, once they get down, they lacked the desire to really fight back, whereas this team, they look hungry tonight.
So absolutely right, and going back to the point we made at the start of this ball game is you have nothing to lose. Go out there and play with absolute freedom, which they have done tonight. Isaiah Moore, obviously, he's the head of the snake. Helps when you have one person go for almost 40 and Rasmussen go for 26. They got the job done. It looks like they're going to get the job done.
I wish we were laughing all the way back to the back, because pre-game, when those numbers came up, you said, it should be higher. You thought that the Hawks are going to lose by more, when that $5 said, only $5?
I love to be wrong, though, you know?
Eat your words, Brooke Rusco. Eat those words.
And congratulations to the Hawks Bay Hawks.
Now I'm wishing I'd chat some. Just a lazy honey on there.
Must be nice.
Hey, don't get me started. Highest paid person here. That's not. Briggs the ball up, gives it to Carter. Rasmussen. 2 more. Just slowing that ball down, and why not? They don't need to push the pace. They can soak up these seconds.
And Tuatara have emptied the bench as Isaiah Moore with the float game. Too strong, but there's that man, Isaiah Roberts, to clean it up. Hustle play, and Tuatara come away with it.
He copped a couple of elbows too to the face. And not picked up. So Julian, as you said, bench has been cleared. You can see Ledger, Fitzgerald, Cooper hold the court. Aaron Young recognises they've still got plenty to play for in a couple of weeks' time. And what a nice impact from the bench.
It's always tough when you've been sitting for 39 minutes. As the youngins come in the crowd, there's Isaiah Moore, Rasmussen, Jordan Natsai, and Kara, and Roberts, excuse me. A round of applause they need with a minute to go. And a 10-point lead to the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Gruggan puts on his bench players, and we saw how well they played in the Rapid League. Treacher gets it to Smiler. They'll see out the season with their youngsters, and very deserving. Cartwright there onto the court as well. Cox gets it back to Smiler. Plenty of ball movement, plenty of electricity, and it's intercepted there by Yuli, one of the experienced players on the court now. Gets it to Ledger. Out wide, they fire the 3 ball. What an injection from the bench. Back-to-back threes. That one to Kara Cooper.
It's not over just yet.
7 points of difference, you're right. And another wayward pass. This could start to unravel for the Hawks.
Couple extra seconds there, just snuck off the game clock.
Gruggan, he'll be a little bit angry. Ledger inbounds that ball. Difference is only 7. If they keep shooting the lights out, we could be on in. Ledger for 3. left it on the rim, but he's got the offensive board.
Oh, the Tuatara don't have time to play around. He really knows that.
They left that three again. Who collects the foul? It actually might be on Cox. A little bit aggressive. We're going to have a committee meeting about it. See if that was offensive or defensive.
Foul on Cox. So the game clock stops. Make the first, miss the second.
Just when we thought the Hawks had it tied up and locked away.
That might be all she wrote.
That could be it there. But they kept us on our toes.
And you have to be happy for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team. Struggled through patches of this year. Got a big win to round out their season. Happy for the coaching staff and all the time and effort that these players and coaches have put into it. And not just the players and coaches, think about the staff, the physios, the trainers, the managers, the stats people, everyone on the bench. It's always a huge task to get something like this put together, not just on one night, but an entire season. So congratulations to the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Didn't end up on the ladder where you'd like, but one of the founding teams of the Sal's NBL.
Well, they've added a lot of young players here, and they've had some great finds in Rasmussen and Moore, but they've got 7 seconds left. They will go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, and it will be Treacher.
They weren't trying to foul there. If you can let that one go. 7 seconds to go, they're not trying to foul. Just trying to double. Get it, she got to call it. It's by the book, but ain't got to call that.
Successful trip for Treacher. 7 seconds left to play. Yuli with the ball. Trips and recovers and finishes with a dunk. He's saying, Aaron Young, put me on the team in 2 weeks' time.
What happened? What was that? Blink, and you miss it. Hizzy at the top takes off with a 2-hand slam. Braden Ueli, the highlight of the game to wrap it up. Congratulations to the Hawks. 6-point win over the Auckland Tuatara tonight, but Braden Ueli closed the game out with a 2-hand slam.
It smiles all round and a standing ovation here at Rodney Green Arenas in the Hawke's Bay. It is their home team that got the win, 108-102. They will not make the top 6 this season, but they will finish the season with a win. They've had some great finds in their imports, and Roberts, Moore, Rasmussen, not an import, but a new player, obviously with the Kiwi father. And Moore doesn't get the 40-piece. He ends with 38. It is still a season high. And what a way to do it in the final game of the season. And we were entertained tonight, Brooke.
Well, you know you have a good ball game when they put your misses in the highlights as well. Isaiah Moore with that 38 right there. Rasmussen with 26. Rob Lowe did his thing, and so did Cam Glidden. It's probably the shining light right now for Auckland Tuatara coming out of that game. Is Cam Glidden getting hot going into the playoffs is one thing that you want to see if you're a fan of them. Did a good job on the defensive end to hold Corey Webster to just 8 points, 11 rebounds. Josh Roberts, Jordan Natai had 9. Isaiah Moore to go alongside his 38. Got 10 assists. Corey Webster with the 6 as well, and Rob Lowe with 5. Rasmussen had himself a ball game. 6 assists as well, a few blocks across the board. Might be Cam Glidden's career high with 3 blocks, 4 steals. The game from Cam Glidden wasn't enough for the Auckland Tuatara tonight, as Murphy with those 4 steals off the bench as well, and have to be happy with the impact he had off the bench.
The Taylor Hawks bow out of the Sal's NBL for 2024 with 8 wins and 12 losses. They finished 7th at the moment. And coming up tomorrow, live from Cal Stadium, it is the Canterbury Rams hosting the Franklin Bulls, and that could be a preview to what is to come in the top 6, so keep an eye on that one. I'm sure it's going to be a thriller. The Jets will then host the Southland Sharks for the Battle of the Wooden Spoon. Well, in fact, the Jets have already locked up the Wooden Spoon, but they will want to get a win over the Sharks to end their season on a high. The Nuggets also out of the top 6 contention, but the Bulls, they'll play 2 games within the space of 2 days heading into those playoffs in the top 6. And then on Sunday, it's the Saints hosting the Sharks and the Airs hosting the Giants.
I want to see that Jets Sharks game. Just have freedom when you go out there and play that. George Michael kind of a freedom. George Michael? Freedom? I'm right? Yeah. I'm sure I'm right with that one.
I hope you're right, because you used to work in radio. If you don't know that kind of music, no.
I got the all clear. Producer said I am right.
He's right, he's right. Well, that is it for your Wednesday night hoops. Thank you so much for joining us live on Sky Sport and also on TikTok. Have a good evening on behalf of the Sky crew, myself and Brooke Rusco. We will see you tomorrow where the Rams host the Bulls. Ka kite.
Enjoy the rest of the school holidays, and we'll see you later.